Alright. And we are back with some good old fucking Kingmaker. No, Cat. Cat, you cannot take Sheik. Sheik is mine. You can also not take the Hello Kitty little thing. Bean. One day I'm going to, like, get a shelf or something and just fill it with little toys and stuff just for you to knock off, specifically yours. What's that? That put back on? That'd be fucking great, but you know, a self-loading shelf, oh, that'd be amazing. But we're playing again. We're playing some Wrath of the Righteous. By the way, Millie, if you are completely bored and you ever want to see what the fuck I'm up to, I'm going to be doing it on Discord too. I know. That was let's say, hey, you should absolutely do this and more if you're bored and want something to listen to. But in any case, we're here and we still have that bug, but there's actually an easy way around that bug that won't let you, walk around and defend his heart. Switch back to the original formation. Suddenly you can move. Anyways, we're gonna get the lore and everything rolling here in a minute, but for right now, we're gonna take a look at the goods this place has and take a look and just kind of really figure out where our options are financial wise and shopping wise, since we're a little bit early to stream tonight. If the wearer of this ring has the ability to cast spells spontaneously, it grants them the ability to... Hey, Bean! What did I tell you about Hello Kitty? You already broke it. That is not permission to break it further. Anyway, sorry about that. Cast following spells: Ray of Enfeeblement, Scare, Ray of Exhaustion, Fear. Fuck you, cat. That's money. And my glasses? Hold on. Give me a second. Sorry. To cast a spell, the wearer still needs to have a spell slot of the appropriate level. Bean? It's your last warning. Or I'm gonna toss you at Millie. I'm back from wrapping my cat in a blanket. Whenever the wearer of these gloves casts a cantrip or first level spell, the spell deals 1 additional point of damage per die rolled. That's actually pretty decent. Like, this is good if you're playing a wizard or somebody who's in the background, like casting Acid Splash or something. Until you absolutely need to. So, like, I'd buy that. But we don't have a wizard. All our people who are who can cast magic are also on the front line, so, you know, we'll wait. That said, the first level spell one actually isn't bad either. We'll put a bookmark in that and come back to that. Dark Veil. Once per day, you may use this item to grant your party total concealment against range attacks for 1 minute. What? That's so good! It costs 64,000 gold, but I mean, it's really good. Alright, holy water. Holy water. Or an evil outsider. Demons are evil outsiders. You know... Let's buy 2 things of holy water. Why not? Align weapon, chaotic. Align weapon, good, evil, lawful. God, that's actually useful. Bless weapon? Damn. Why is this better? Bless weapon is just better than align weapon good. This is legitimately good. Okay, I'm just gonna buy that. Jesus, alright. We have plenty of Cure Light Wound potions. Well, that's cool. Potions of Restoration might be nice to have. Bag of Holding small. Yoink! Sorry, I saw Bag of Holding. Purifying Solution. Yeah, that seems like it's important. Okay. Oh, spicy pastry. Alright, there we go. It's a good mix of them. We have 3,403 left. And we got most of the things I want. Oh, hey. Hold on. You know, with that in mind, actually, yeah, with us actually having gotten most of the shit... With us having gotten most of the stuff, I'm actually... Sorry, I had to whap my cat a bit. Most of the stuff that I'm actually caring about. We have just enough gold for the Gloves of the Neophyte. You know what? I'm gonna buy it. It's a really good magical item. Like, that's really good. And we're not wearing any gloves currently. Where are they? Where'd they go? Where are my gloves? Hello? Oh, there they are. Yeah, okay. Little just extra point of damage for every die rolled on my spells. So like as an example, Burning Hands does 1d4 per caster level. It's per caster level? I didn't know it was per caster level. That's actually better than I thought. So it's going to do an additional 2 points of damage. Wait. Why is Burning Hands literally every bit better than... Oh wait, one's a reflex, one's a touch spell. I guess that's the flip side. Why is Shocking Grasp just better than Corrosive Touch? Yeah, well, anyways, Acid Splash. How does Acid Splash scale? It doesn't. Okay, that's fine. Alright, well, that's fine. With that said, we've officially bought stuff that we need. Let's progress. So we need to talk to Staunton. The dwarf resembles an abandoned citadel, one whose high, crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty, lightless windows make it clear that all inside is dead. No, it's you. Good work back there in the Grey Garrison. Named Staunton Vane. If you've heard rumors about me. His face, which looks like it has never known anything as carefree as a smile, grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me, it's true. Well, what do they say about you? They say I'm a traitor, as bad as a Relu Vorlesh. That I'm a disgrace, even among the ranks of the condemned. That Queen Galfrey should never have spared me. That I belong to the gallows. What do they hate you so much? You really don't know? I'm the reason why the Crusade forces are holed up in fortresses on the edge of the world wound, instead of bringing the fight to the demons. We've set a foothold in the wound. The mighty, unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it, until it fell, and all because of my stupidity. I gave the enemy our main citadel. I was tried. They wanted to execute me, and rightly so, but the Queen intervened. She said that I should live and fight in order to undo what I had done. So that's how I live, decade after decade, fighting in the condemned. As you can see, I've fixed nothing, and I've earned no one's forgiveness. Are you going to spin my face too? It wouldn't surprise me. Keep living and fighting. No hope of anything better, because that's what the Queen ordered you to do. There is honor in that. You may be right. But you know, even stone and iron get worn down over time. I know what it means to live a regimented life, but I cannot rely on my discipline alone forever. Create a Torag, though he doesn't listen. My body breaks before my conscience does. The whole city fell because of you? How is that possible? What do you mean, how? If you don't trust the word of a condemned, go ask somebody else. Like my little brother, Jorn. If you still don't believe it, what's it to me? If you're about to ask me to recount the story of my disgrace for the 1000th time, don't. You really don't have any friends? I couldn't have survived this long if I was completely alone. Jorn, my little brother, he keeps me going. He's never abandoned me. Everyone else shies away from me like they might catch what I've got. Even fighters in the condemned console themselves by thinking, I got stripped of my rank, but at least I'm not Staunton. Commander Terabade seems to be the only person in the whole army who remembers that I'm a soldier and not a drudge. She has no qualms about taking me into battle. She's had some mud flung at her in the past, or so I hear. That's why she tries to keep an open mind about people. It's no surprise that she's the only one to hold on to her sense of reason in this farce. So many years in the condemned. Surely you've paid your penance by now. It's not up to me to decide. My life is in the Queen's hands. The condemned isn't the worst part. All these years I have prayed to Torag for forgiveness. Countless times I have gone to his priests. Countless times I've kneeled before his altar. If only the Father of Dornkind would answer my prayers just once. Not to restore what I've lost, but just to tell me that I'm still one of his children. Seems he doesn't give a damn about me. What can I expect from mere mortals when my own god doesn't think I deserve redemption? I need to talk to the elf who calls himself the Storyteller. Do you know where I can find him? Storyteller? Strange old fellow. That one. He used to sit with me for hours, asking me all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort, he just listened. First I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible, but later I realized that talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he's alive and well. He's completely blind and feeble too, so if he's alone in the city, well, you probably know what that means. Do you know one place he might be? Look for him in the Black Wing. It's a library. Here, I'll show you where it is on the map. I don't know what use a library is to a blind elf, but you love the place. You'll sit there day and night. I have to go. Go on then. Maybe we'll see each other again. Nevia, in her muted colors, blends almost perfectly into the background. She appears relaxed, but her seemingly unfocused eyes are taking in everything around her, tracking and filtering potential threats. The unload tells as she strums her fingers on her hip near her weapon sheath. She shows no sign of her injuries and confidently leans on her previously broken leg. She pretends to have just noticed you, even though she's watched you approach from afar. Oh hey, see how they patched me up? Now I can run, jump, or dance a jig if I feel like it. Any suspicious places in the city I should pay attention to? There are a couple spots I wanted to check out, but I didn't have time. If there really is a den of cultists there, it would be good if you could swoop in there and bust some heads. You don't even need a search warrant. First one is Silk and Thread. It's a funny little tailor shop that doesn't take any orders and never buys any fabric, but they always seem oh so busy. Busy with something in there alright, but sewing it ain't. The second one is the Alchemy Shop. Topaz Solutions. They trade in everything, not just healing potions. Judging by the ingredients they've been buying on the black market, there's something fishy about the alchemical rituals going down in that place. Tell me about yourself. I'd be happy to, but there's kind of nothing to tell. What's so interesting about me? Where are you from? Nowhere. I was blown in by the wind and found in a cabbage patch. Sorry, that's an old habit of mine. I don't like blabbing about my past, but you say my skin, so I guess I kind of owe you to you not to clown around, right? I'm from Nadal. I wouldn't wish my homeland on my worst enemy. You've heard of the place, I'm sure. Ruled by monsters that aren't alive nor dead, and the official religion is the cult of Zon Kuthun. The deity Zon Kuthun, also known as the Midnight Lord, the Dark Prince, and the Prince of Pain, god of darkness, envy, loss, and pain, possesses one of the most twisted and evil minds in the great beyond. His position as god of pain is well earned, and has been the root of countless tortures, murders, and worse throughout time. He was once a benevolent demigod named Dobrunal, who was corrupted when he traveled to the far, dark places between the plains, and returned in his current form. His half-sister, Shaylin, still holds out hope that she can redeem him. The Lord of Shadows shows no sign of remorse or compassion. I grew up in a slum, like a weed between the cobblestones. I didn't have a dad, but I had lots of aunts and uncles. My mom's cronies. No prize for guessing the kind of business she was involved in. They gave me a set of lockpicks as soon as I could hold a spoon, and while other kids were picking their noses, I was picking pockets. When I was 12, the monks in the Silent Shroud came for us. Creepy guys with their mouths sewn shut. They're the gods of Nisroch. Mom gave me to her friends, and we hit a secret temple of Desna. Never saw my one again. Lay low in the temple for the next few years, keeping my head down, wash floors, fetch water, listen to sermons. Funny thing, after a while I started liking Desna's teachings. As soon as I was old enough, I was out of there. Left Nadal and got as far away as I could. Quite a ragtag group we've got here from noble street thieves. Got that right, only the best for you. What do you do if the knights and nobles fail to save the world? The lowlifes are our only hope. How did you meet Erebeth? I was bummed around town a while back, doing this and that. Distant temples sometimes gave me odd jobs. You know, sometimes they needed people with skills like mine. On the surface it was fine, I guess. After Nadal, the freedom of River Kingdoms would have seemed like heaven. My chance to sit back and enjoy life. But I wasn't happy. There just wasn't any joy in my new life. I was all alone, no one cared about me. I didn't care about anybody either. Struggled to find a reason to drag myself out of bed every morning. Tying a stone around my neck and jumping into the nearest river started to look pretty appealing. One day, I was hired to follow some fellows who the local authorities suspected were Rasmiran spies. I was stupid. I made a rookie mistake and they caught me. It's like my body had already decided to do what my mind had been fighting, to finally put me out of my misery. Get someone else to kill me since I didn't have the guts to do it myself. They grabbed me and I thought they'd get me on the spot, but instead they hogtied me and dragged me off. Just like an animal going to slaughter, my only thought was, let's get this over with. Brought me to their stinking cave, threw me on their altar, and I realized who it was. Kuthites. From Nadal. They tracked me down after all those years. But I didn't care anymore. Wouldn't have even cared if they'd eat me or whatever. We all gotta go sometime, right? So I was lying there, staring at those knives pointing at me, when fate rolled the dice and I hit the jackpot. Irabeth. There she was, storming into the cave. Picture it. I'm lying in an altar with all these knife-wielding maniacs around me, and suddenly Irabeth storms in. I thought it was Iomedae herself. Fierce in her shining armor with her gleaming sword raised, she made quick work of those scumbags, chopping up just like that. I didn't even have time to blink. She untied me and then... She looked through the papers on the table and she started swearing like a sailor. So much for Iomedae. How'd you and Irabeth end up in Canterbury? After almost becoming a human sacrifice. I knew I never wanted to leave Irabeth's side. Destin knows I fell for her instantly, and I fell hard. My misery was gone, and when Irabeth showed me what was in those papers, proof that the cultists had nests in her home city, well, I offered to help without a second thought. She must have figured I couldn't wait to get my revenge on the cultists. I didn't give a damn about them. It was her. I'd go anywhere with her, even on a crusade or into the jaws of a dragon. But I took to life in Canterbury like a duck to water. Just being an outcast wherever I went, but half the Crusaders are the same. After all, who'd volunteer to tangle with demons on the edge of the abyss? You gotta either be a goody two-shoes with too much honor and free time, or a misfit with no life out in the normal world with normal people. People come here to run away from their debts, their pasts, from themselves, so I fit right in. It's like living with Irabeth. It's like... living. Without her, I wouldn't be. Seriously, if I were alone, I'd definitely be gone by now. Sure, sometimes we argue, can't deny that. Sometimes we bang our fists on the table and yell so loud that the walls shake. That's all about order business. But at home... I'll give you an example. I've always wanted to move out of that broom closet we call a house into somewhere cozier. And like they take a vow of poverty at the Eagle Watch. But every month, somehow, most of our spare money is spent on Crusader business. Sure, I get mad about it, but... it's part of why I love her so much. No, Irabeth has that thing that matters most for a person. A purpose in life. She's always got a reason for whatever she's doing. Her whole life is a crusade. And I just drifted around like a leaf in the wind until Destin brought us together. Now she's the meaning of my life. So it really makes no difference if we live in a mansion or under a bush. Thank you for your answers. Thanks for asking. Telling you all this kind of made me feel better. What are your responsibilities in the Eagle Watch? Nothing official. I'm not even a knight, you know. I just hang around. You sure you want to know the details? Catching traitors and spies and cultists no walk in the park. It's a delicate job. You can't always do it all within the letter of the law. What if we surprise some suspicious blighter with an official search? Everyone will know about it before long, starting with their cronies. Then again, singing in people's houses at night ain't exactly legal. Crusaders can't be doing stuff like that, can they? Well, I'm not exactly a knight. I have to go. Alright, you watch yourself now. And Evie has a good character. What can I do for you? Who are you? Vasily Rathimus, rector of the local Temple of Abadar. The temple is gone, though, and if we snooze here for much longer, the city will be lost as well. Is that boy with you? This one? Keanu the Shepherd, my apprentice. He's a smart boy, and his faith is strong. He serves Aristotle, but there's still something he can learn from an old servant of Abadar. He'll be a great cleric when he gets a little older. What kind of help can I expect from you? I sell scrolls. I have a lot of them, something for every emergency. Second, while you're here in the tavern, I can read one for you. Guaranteed no surprises. But you better not go into the city without a cleric. I won't be going there myself. I'm too old, my powers are needed here. So he'll sell scrolls for us. Level 2, okay. Scroll of Haste. Haste is such a good spell. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a good thing.
follow my lead.
Windwalk's tense stance indicates she is constantly alert. Her eyes are focused and resolute. Noticing you, she lets you speak first, bowing respectfully. Mistress, I'm at your service. Want to know more about you? Ask anything, mistress. How do you like on the surface? Among Uplanders, your customs are strange. I mean, theirs, not yours, mistress. You are strong and clever, but I'm looking at other Uplanders and wonder. Have you seen how proud they are of their weakness? Look, my hands are so soft, I've never done anything with them in my entire life because noble blood runs through my veins. What does it matter who his parents are? I am the daughter of a former chief of the tribe, so what? Is this what they respect and fear me for? Sol became a chief because he was old, experienced, and smart. After him, I would become a chief, because I'm strong and even smarter. These weaklings would just die in our caves. Everything is strange here. It's all right, mistress. We'll put things right, won't we? Tell me about your life in the caves. Better than an Uplander might think. There's stone everywhere. It's reliable. When you hide in a crack, you know for sure you are safe. Not like here, all this empty space around. You always have to be alert in case an arrow flies and hits you. It's calmer underground. Of course, there's less food in caves than here, but there shouldn't be as much food as here. Look, mistress, there are so many fat Uplanders. Why do they eat so much? The cattle that is fattened make its meat tastier. There was only one fat person in our tribe, Sol, and only because he was old. And here, in general, everything is somehow fairer in the caves. When there isn't enough food for the weak, they die. The lazy die. The sick in the head and the body die. Only the strong and skilled ones survive, and blood becomes thick and resilient. What happened between you and Len? He is a good hunter, but not too clever. A dum-dum. He's the strongest in the tribe after me, that's why I kept him close. His heart is soft, as opposed to his body. The hunter smiled shamelessly. Till I met you, I didn't need Len anymore. Now I only want to hunt with you. Until you are proud of your strength. Of course. Let everyone see who is standing in front of them. The weak must obey the strong, if they want to be reminded about their place. Even as a snot-nose, I could bring those twice older than me to heel, because I despise pain and have never been afraid of anything. I was praised. I was flattered. I was wanted by the best hunters of other tribes, but I didn't care. Start listening to their praise, you get soft and die. No, I always went further. I tested myself. I stood on the very edge of a cliff. I almost died many times, but I always returned stronger. I got all my strength myself, and if someone didn't respect it, I just grabbed my knife. This is why I became the best huntress in the tribe. On the surface, your people are called mongrels, but is that word not to your liking? Let the Uplanders call us whatever they want. It doesn't matter. I know what they're trying to do. By giving us this stupid nickname, they're asserting their status and superiority over us. But it's normal to try and dominate a stranger you've just met. That's expected. When my kin conquer the surface lands, we'll be called whatever we want. Why do you serve me? Because you are winning, and I want to be with the winner. I don't like sharing food and fire with weaklings. I prefer those like you. And also because being close to you is convenient. I love life. I'm young and strong. It makes sense to eat, drink, shag, and kill enemies while you are young. Not when you are 30,000 guns old and shriveled like Sol. As long as I'm your servant, I can have fun as I like and order around anyone I want. Who will dare defy me? No one. Here you will have to be more reserved, as they do on the surface. Yes, mistress. I'll behave the way you order me to. Let's talk about you serving Priscilla. What'd you do for the demons? I brought my kin to their lair to make them recruits in the demon army who accepted the power given to them. I made my tribe stronger. There, when they wouldn't need demons anymore, my kin, as powerful as I am, would help me. Aren't you ashamed of betraying your kin? I know that Sol called me a traitor, but for one reason only. He became old and cowardly. I accepted the same fate as my kin. I ate the flesh too, and for many gongs I thrashed with fever, growled like an animal, came at everyone. My body was burning from the inside. But I handled it, because I was the strongest of them all. Not a single day have I regretted gaining the power. That's why I am not ashamed before my kin, with whom I shared it. How did you decide to switch allegiance? I served demons only because they promised me power, only when they had something to give me. But being dead, Priscilla will never give me anything. I was never about to risk my life for her. You're a true leader I'm able to file. How can I trust you? Why would I betray you, mistress? You're the strongest. Be a steward in effect to your enemies and die along with them. I'm not that dumb. You promised me an army of mongrels. And I will give it to you, mistress, but first we have to rebuff the attack on the city. Sol is preparing for the return of underground crusaders to surface all his life, and he won't take risks. He will order tribes to hide in the caves like rats and will observe. Are they strong enough to fight side by side with us, or is it better to sit out, wait for another chance? We have to fight back demons, have a glorious victory. So show Sol that ours is not a lost cause. Then he will give us his warriors. And they will mean my job to turn them into real soldiers. Please stop groveling. I'm not groveling, I'm showing respect for your power. It's exactly how the weak should behave in the company of the strong. Alright? Thank you for talking to me, mistress. Alright. Hey, Sela. During that march through the dungeon, we never got the chance to exchange a proper greeting. It's high time I shake your hand. I'd like to know more about you. Where are you from? I'm a little bit from Geb, a little bit from Katapesh, but mostly from the Knights of Iomade. I was accepted and began my training at 14. I belong to their ranks more than I belong to any other place. Come to Mendev by a long road, haven't you? A very long one. A traveler expected to have amusing stories. Fortunately, I only have 3 tales of any interest, and I'd like to save them for our next feast. Otherwise, I won't have anything to show for myself when it's time to start bragging. And that just won't do. Especially since I'll win the night with my cautionary tale of battle with Chupacabras. You can't tempt me with the story of fighting Chupacabras and then not follow through. What are Chupacabras, by the way? Incredibly repulsive magical beasts. Fast and dangerous. They can... Well, it looks like someone's fooled me in starting a tale. I guess now I'll have to tell the little story. Picture a small town in Kadir. And down in the dungeon, there's 2 murderers waiting to be executed. The gallows is already built for them. The rope's been bought. But sometimes life takes a surprising turn. Suddenly a paladin of Iomade appears in the doorway and offers the murderers a deal. If they go with her to fight some monsters, they live. If they survive, that is. There's a big difference between imminent death and probable death with the Glimmer of Hope, wouldn't you say? So here we are traveling through the desert, me, my friend Aparice as a Sarenrae, along with the little ratfolk fellow who'd asked for our help, and the 2 cutthroats. We get to the ratfolk village and saw their bodies laying around all drained dry. Figured we'd have to fight vampires. That's how little ratfolk described monsters who attacked their village. That's why we went all brazen-like. The sun was high and vampires couldn't attack until dusk. We never got a chance to look around. Black shadows, quick as wind, attacked us from all sides. Not vampires, but chupacabras. One of the lads we pulled from the gallows got killed right away. The second one ran for his life. That left me, the ratfolk, and Kyra. That was the name of the priestess. We all steeled ourselves for the fight of our lives. Just when we thought the end had come, the chupacabras surrounded me like a pack of dogs around a bear, and our ratfolk friend wounded him down, and the teeth of the quickest of those blasted monsters was clenched into Kyra's shoulder. Right then, when all hope was lost, the other lad from the gallows suddenly comes running back. He kills the beast attacking Kyra. I'm sure you know what a turning point in a fight looks like. This was it. A moment before we were lost, and a moment later we had it back under control. Chupacabras dropped dead one by one. The little ratfolk is reunited with his family, who were hiding in the basement. Priestess and I closed the eyes of that boy from the gallows who saved us. Shame he didn't survive the fight. May the gods keep his soul on its journey through the afterlife. It's a good story. Could have died in disgrace on the gallows, but instead he died a hero. I fancy the sun earned him some points as final judgment. Smart to remember our journey doesn't end in death. Had it not been for that mercy, Milos, that was his name, would be hanging from a noose, and me, Kyra, and all the ratfolk would be dead in that village. Someone told me that a kind deed done by an unkind person is 100 times more precious. By the same token, evil done by a noble soul is 100 times more horrifying. That's what I really wanted to say. The chupacabras were just a good starting point. What made you become a paladin in Iomade? That's a serious question and a good one. You should ask of your companions. But it's a long story. To start with, 12 years ago I was nothing like the person I am now. I roamed the streets of Solku with the other homeless orphans. I stole, I fought, was a hired sword for a bit. Not the proper origin for a paladin, was it? Back then, Solku was a city of orphans, widows, and widowers. Gnolls decimated the city regularly. My parents were among their victims. People there heard about new deaths before they'd finished mourning their previous losses. One day, a group of knights of Viomede brought a glimmer of hope to the city. While others saw them as saviors and protectors, I was busy pricing up their noble horses and their gleaming mithril armor, wondering just how much one of their pretty swords would fetch. A thief lives one day at a time, that's what they say. This type never thought past the next job. Yeah, I was able to sneak into the knight's camp and steal one of their mithril helmets. And I was right there when a gnoll attacked the helm's owner. Asemi was her name, and dealt a blow to her unprotected head. Gnoll, like all those others she'd fought, fearlessly driven from the gates of Solku. That one blow was fatal. But who really was to blame for her death? The gnoll attacker, or the young thief named Sela? I know what it takes to survive sometimes. I can't judge you. Well, I can. I believe everyone deserves a chance of redemption. But redemption means you understand what you did, and you're willing to be harder on yourself from now on. But you were asking what brought me into the ranks of Iomede's warriors. We all choose the Paladin's path for our own reasons. Some are guided by nobility of spirit, some by a desire to fight injustice. I became who I am through penance and debt unpaid. The day Asemi died protecting my city, I wanted to kill myself for the terrible guilt I felt. Then I realized it wouldn't make the world any better. I decided that instead, I'd try to take her place. I'd become who she had been, and protect the innocents that she would no longer be able to protect. What are the principles that Paladins of Iomade follow? I'll tell you. I like to recite our code. Feels like I've said it 1,000 times, but it never gets old. There is strength in these words. I will learn the weight of my sword. Without my heart to guide it, it is worthless. My strength is not in my sword, but in my heart. If I lose my sword, I have lost a tool. If I betray my heart, I have died. I will have faith in the Inheritor. I will channel her strength through my body. I will shine in her legion, and I will not tarnish her glory through base actions. I am the first into battle and the last to leave it. I will not be taken prisoner by my free will. I will not surrender those under my command. I will never abandon a companion, though I will honor sacrifice freely given. I will guard the honor of my fellows, both thought and deed, and I will have faith in them. When in doubt, I may force my enemies to surrender, but I am responsible for their lives. I will never refuse a challenge from an equal. I will give honor to worthy enemies, and contempt to the rest. I will suffer death before dishonor. I will be temperate in my actions and moderate in my behavior. I will strive to emulate Iomede's perfection. Learn everything I wanted to know. So, Erebeth said your friend Janet Aldori is missing. You know where we should look for her? Erebeth is worried about our fighters. I understand that. I wanted to look for Janet myself, so I didn't distract you. But since you're in this too, I could use some help. Janet and I met in Canterbury a few days ago and just hit it off. We went drinking together. We went to that unforgettable celebration together too, but we got separated in the crowd. So we should start looking from the main square. That's where I last saw her. Jana's a good fighter, even if she is green. She couldn't have become an Eldori otherwise. I hope that means she's alright. What do you think of what's going on in Canterbury? It's complete chaos. It's like we're both here to handle it, right? Does the way I talk bother you? I know I can seem blasé. Many good people and our protector Durendal have died here in Canterbury. Paladin of Viomede is expected to be properly respectful and solemn. I prefer to face my troubles with a smile and a bit of common sense. Grief is a weapon they'll use against you. It can undermine a warrior's spirit. It's better we hold off on grief until we've driven the last demon cultist from the city. I'm not bothered by how you talk. What matters is how you fight. Now you're talking sense. Well, you can trust my sword. Is fighting demons all you want, or are you looking for something more? How about covering myself in glory and becoming the hero of 100 ballads? Or at least a dozen, if they're lively ones. Anyway, to be more serious, the area around the World Moon is the best place for a paladin who wishes to defend the weak and serve good. Being part of the crusade is reward enough for me. There's something that worries me. I don't want to sound like I'm criticizing my brothers in arms, but the Eagle Watch and the other orders are focused on just one aim, the war against the World Lord. That's why they can sometimes overlook the smaller things. Ordinary misfortunes, you know? My favorite feat so far... Improved, critical, improved. I know what you mean. In all seriousness, my favorite feats are like Precise Shot, which removes the penalty for firing into melee. Things give me extra attacks. There are some feats in the game that are more just interesting rather than just, and I increase the damage I do by 1, or I increase my critical threat range by 1. So it sucks that the various improved criticals or weapon focus, etc., are so good. That is what it is. I was like being a wandering knight because at any moment I could get up and go help a poor rat folk whose family had been kidnapped, or an old woman whose favorite dog had gone missing. So here's my answer. I don't have some big important goal, but I'll be happy to help those who need it. A little bit here and there. Seela's a cool character, and she's one of my favorite iconic characters. Thank you for speaking with me. Until next time. See you! Martial flexibility, best class ability. Why pick up feet when you can just have them all? I mean... You're not wrong. Yeah, there's a reason why, like, right now, I have, dodge, weapon finesse, you know, that stuff. Dodge is just good. It's good to have if you can afford it. Because just, hey look, I have more AC. AC is king. What's our main objective? Alright, they're going to desecrate the World Stone. Where are you from? Born in Kenabris? How did you become a paladin? I don't much like to remember it. Believe it or not, the story of how I became a paladin is also the story of how I failed to become a knight. My parents were crusaders, may their souls stand together in Naomi's celestial army. When I was born, they retired from the war and started preparing me to continue their legacy. But my father was an orc. He'd be pressed to find a calmer, wiser, and more pious servant of the goddess than he. But still, all his life he was dogged by the sideways looks and whispers. When I grew older and it was time for me to serve, I decided, anywhere but Kenabris. That was where my father had served loyally, and his only reward had been justice. Besides, the witch hunters, led by the Honorable Prelate Hullen, stalked the city with a heavy hand. Oh dear. Holy wars streamed in Meddev, where they encountered Sarkorians practicing their unique faith. Crusaders mistook the wooden fetiches and rustic rituals for evidence of demonic influence. Groups of witch hunters emerged from the disorganized chaos of the First Crusade. These witch hunters were often self-styled, their tactics little more than brutal trial and error. Least bit of evidence could mark a target for investigation. Club foot, thick accent, or even a suspicious absence of abnormalities. The witch hunter groups gained reputations for being cruel and arbitrary, although these weren't always deserved. Demon ranged freely over the world when often spilled into Mendev. Demonic possession did happen, though not nearly as often as witch hunters charged. Genuine witch hunters used divination magic and cautious investigation to draw out and destroy fiends, but they were rare compared to the inflamed inquisitors who burned innocents at the stake. With the advent of the Fourth Crusade, authorities took strong measures to end the bloody witch hunts of Mendev. Since then, the frequency of hunts has dropped substantially. This is what they've done to a strange girl with green skin. Instead, I went to... you can laugh if you want, but I was young and foolish. I chose Lastwall of all places. You can imagine how well I was accepted in a country that's been battling the orcs of Belkzen since its foundation. There were many there like me, but they were all treated as second-class citizens. To the locals, my green skin was worse than leper scabs. Even my brothers in faith kept their distance. I took my vows, and the goddess granted me the powers of a paladin. Even then, not a single order would accept me into their ranks. I spent another 6 months knocking on doors, but I realized a simple truth. I serve Iomade, not these people. I don't have to prostrate myself before them. So I left, as a paladin, but not a knight. It's probably hard for you as a human to imagine what it's like, when the very color of your skin and the fangs of your mouth will make people in the street turn on their heel to avoid you. I mean, no offense, of course. How'd you come to join them now? I left Lastwall and went traveling. The goddess guided me, and my path led me to where atrocities were happening. I often fought in exchange for gold, never for unworthy aims, of course. I wandered the River Kingdoms for a few years, killing monsters and tracking down criminals. Sometimes I thought I was just wasting time, that my true place was in Kenabris. But I pushed those thoughts away, didn't even want to think about going back. But in the end, divine providence had brought me to my senses. It happened in a time on. I was tracking a gang of bandits, which my employer suspected was a cover for Razmiran's spies. I managed to find their lair, but inside I found something far more dangerous than spies. An unholy temple to Zon Kuthin. When I broke in there, the cultists were about to sacrifice someone. Hey, thank you for the follow, 2 omelets. The person who was destined to become my wife, Anevia. That's another story. After I cut down the cultists, I examined their papers and couldn't believe my eyes. A network of evil cults had spread throughout all of Aveston, including Mendev. Worse, the documents clearly showed that their allies, the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth. Yep, that would be the Baphomet worshippers. Had infested my native Canibus, and were even among the ranks of the Paladins. After that, delaying my homecoming would be tantamount to desertion. Luckily, I was no longer alone. Nevia was as eager to destroy the cultists as I was. Nevia and I hurried to Canibus. We couldn't trust anyone. Papers indicate that the cultists had infiltrated everything. Could add some experience in investigation, my beloved. Well, she'd know her way around working locks, tailing people, and trading information with the city's bottom feeders. Soon we defeated, well, not the whole Hydra, but a few of its heads. Do you know who turned out to be the leader of the cultists? The commander of the Eagle Watch. Can you imagine? While Prelate Halloran was chasing witches through the city, didn't he have infiltrated the very order responsible for internal security? This scandal reached the ears of the Queen. First she planned to disband the order in disgrace, but then she offered its command to me. Put salvation in my hands. Of course, there was one small catch. I wasn't a knight. I was made commander just the same, skipping the usual progression through the ranks. How did the people of Canibus feel about your background? They tolerated it surprisingly well. Shouldn't have been so wary. Crusaders don't tend to be prejudiced as a rule. After all, heroes from all over the world, even from other continents, come here to fight the demons. Apparently people were only suspicious of full-blooded orcs. There are already many like me here. We don't have any problems. The locals do have their superstitions. And if it's as merciless as last wall, we just have a different set of victims. I kept seeing those same sideways looks and scowls, hearing the familiar whispers, but where once they used to whisper behind my back and point at me, now they whisper in my ear and point at someone else. It's so strange to be on the other side of humiliation. To wipe the spit from your face and suddenly be invited to change position and spit at someone else. You must have figured out by now that I'm talking about tieflings. It's true there are many of them among the cultists and few among our crusaders, and our fighters do all they can to drive away those who would be our allies. People shun them, calling Aurelu's spawn or worse, as if they chose to be born like that. I believe it's quite a feat to rise against the call of one's blood and join the forces of good. Still, most only see them as the enemy. Once saw a knight bleeding to death because he wouldn't let a tiefling priest touch his wound. Alas, I haven't been able to change this in all my time in Canibus. Tell me about Anevia. I met in Taimon and I was wandering aimlessly from one ordeal to another. We returned to Canibus together to expose Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth. The day the Queen knighted me was the second happiest day of my life. The first was the day of our wedding. But Anevia isn't just my beloved. She is my staunchest ally. We share every victory and defeat. The best me is alive thanks to her. Thank you for saving her back then, the day Canibus fell. Before her return, the only thing giving me the strength to protect the offender's heart was hope that I'd see her again. We are in your debt. Alright. And Eagle Watch. It was a small order, created to fight not only demons, but also the enemy within. To maintain the purity of the Paladin ranks, prevent heresy, and identify spies. And failed miserably at that. The Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth infiltrated it and formed their nest within its ranks. After the Queen entrusted me with leading the order, Nevi and I practically built it from scratch. We got rid of dead weight, people who weren't committed. We organized ways to transmit messages and orders safely. We introduced reliable ciphers. We found tacit allies around the city, from Crusader orders to street beggars. This was my personal crusade, to purge the city of the Templars who had infested it. I thought I was winning. I could feel it. We were so close to driving the cultists out of Canibus, but it's hard to admit, but those successes didn't count for much once the demons entered the city. There wouldn't be a headquarters of the Defender's Heart. Cultists would have served up the city and prior to the demons. That's true. It's a good thing we achieved something. Thank you. Alright, and with that, we've gotten our big old freaking lore dump. Do you have something to say? Are you one of the Crusaders? Thank you for defending those of us whose talents lie off the battlefield. I'm Jurnon, servant of Ariston. Pleased to meet you. What are you doing? I only took my holy orders recently, so my god has only bestowed a little of his power upon me as yet. I'm sorry to say that the number of wounded fighters in this tavern is far beyond my power to heal. There's a reason people say, have faith in the gods, but look to yourself first. I may not be able to help the wounded with magic, but I can at least cut up bandages. Are you from around here? I was just passing through Cannabis. I was sailing down that old man of yours, the great Selin River. Down the old man of ours. Okay. To a village by the name of Chili Creek. I happened to land in the city on the eve of the festival, and I'm ashamed to say I decided to stay for a day to enjoy myself. But I ended up staying in the city longer than I had bargained for. Chili Creek? Where's that? It's a small fishing village. It's not even marked in some maps. People do live there. What they don't have is a priest. They have no one to heal their wounds, no one to offer prayers for a good catch, no one to give their dead a dignified burial. The world one's a stone throw away. So I'll be setting sail for Chili Creek to serve my god and my people. Once we've held Cannabis, I'll be going there. If, by the grace of the gods, we survive all this, you should come and visit me sometime. Find the village here on the bank of the river. I could use the help of a cleric. Aristotle knows I'd be glad to help you, but it's no use. My spells are depleted and I have no training in potions or scrolls. This robe I'm cutting up for bandages, it's the second to last one. Alright, he's neat. Greetings. Alright, tell me about yourself. You want to know more about me than you already do? Why? I talk to the spirits of this tormented land and they guide me in battle. I'll help you fight the demons, and I swear you can rely on me in this matter. Isn't that sufficient? Where'd you learn to wield a rapier so well? I had good teachers. They don't get all the credit. I am a most diligent student. Your amulet is quite unusual. Where'd you get it? My little trinket. It's so nice of you to notice. I assure you, this amulet is nothing but a bauble. Can a lady not be drawn to beautiful, useless things? Anyway, as much as I enjoy our delightful conversations, the spirits are calling me. I must respond. Please excuse me. Your speech tells me you're of noble birth. You're most insightful. Fine quality to have. Alright. Forgive me if my questions, sir. No, conversation is an exquisite delight. Alright. She's very cold, which is fine. Here, take this. Yes, it's 2,000 coins. Take your payment and remember that Horgus Squirm always keeps his word. Good old fucking Horgus Squirm. You helped me get back to the surface and I duly paid you for escorting me. Now, speaking of our future cooperation. I have a job that would be perfect for someone like you. Naturally, I'll pay generously for your services. What's this job involve? You shall be my bodyguard. See, I have good reason to return to my mansion here in Cannabis. I still have... Well, it doesn't matter. It's none of your business. My mansion is a breathtaking building with a large garden in the wealthy part of the city. Even before the demons attacked, every thief and fraudster in the city had tried to get inside one way or another. I shudder to imagine the state it's in now. I have little hope that my guards were able to hold the mansion during the attack, and I expect the servants fled when they saw the demons. Only Abadar knows what's happened there since. Therefore, I would ask that you meet me at my mansion and guard me there until I complete my business. I asked the local paladins for help. They have no desire to set foot outside this tavern. Damn cowards and traitors, that's what they are. Also, please, do take Camellia with you. I trust that girl more than the rest of your gang. She is of noble birth, after all. What kind of reward are we talking about? 1,000 gold coins. Double it. Yeah, right. For that kind of money, I could hire the Queen Gallifrey herself to guard me. 1,000 my final offer. Alright, deal. Marvelous, most excellent. I'll proceed to my mansion at once and wait for you there. Meanwhile, you needn't worry. I know the city like the back of my hand, but do hurry unless you want me to lower your reward. Alright. Who are you? Gamel Hawks. Vampire. Are you really a vampire? No. How'd you end up in the Crusader City? How did anyone end up here? How'd you, or them? The world is big, but there still isn't a place for everyone. People who no longer have a life anywhere else, they end up here. Any news in the city? There are demons everywhere, and you showed up. Any places in the city worth visiting? You mean places normal people usually stay well away from? There are plenty, like the Pataxian wine cellar. It once belonged to a Pataxian trading house. Then King Neurovetti came to power in Patax and property started changing hands. Soon after, the seller's shopping system was found in a ditch. Not all of him, mind, just his head. Numerous gangsters had taken possession of the place. They wanted to sell something stronger than wine in the street, and they ended up on the gallows. Then King Nerovetti's number was up, so now the store stands empty and unclaimed. People say that I had this ghost wander this place at night, moaning ghoulishly. Ooh. Just don't ask me how to make any noise with no head. I wasn't there. I just tell it like I heard it. That'd be cool. So you're not one for talking. Alright. Now time to get our new companion. Surrender thy soul, Delvon. Ahomade, protect us. Got you again. How many times is that today? A Nerovetti reference. Take your jokes and shove them, tiefling. Easy there, Chief. Don't hit me. Go ahead. Don't take too long, though. Hey, Chief. Hey, gorgeous. Come over here. I want to talk to you about something really, really important. Quit bothering decent people in there, Woljif, or I'll knock your teeth out. What's it to you, Delvin Dum-Dum? You were told to guard me, and I'm not stopping you, but no one told me I'd shut my trap. Who are you? Woljif. Woljif Jefto. I deal in useful things. I can get you whatever you want, anything. But there's this one problem. What do you want from me? I'll lay it out for you. Simple job, 30 minutes tops. We go someplace, stalk someone, and in return, whatever you want, I'll get it for you. Some extra rations, no problem. Armor, weapons, scrolls, you name it, it's as good as yours. If you need my help with something, whistle and I'll be there. I'm handy enough with knives too, and even my magic know-how isn't too shabby. What a load of guff. If you were good at magic, you wouldn't be stuck here now, would you? Don't you listen to him, Chief. He'd find fault with the Queen herself. I'll be useful to have in battle, and I'll sell whatever you want at a reasonable price. It's your lucky day. You won't meet another gem like me in Kennebrus. I can't help you while you're chained up here. How can I free you? That's easy. You know Irabeth? Feisty-looking gal, always wears armor. Can't miss her. She's the meanest fighter in the whole city. When you see her, put in a good word for me, will you? Tell her there's this guy, Woljif, locked up for no good reason in Fender's Art. Well, for the follies of his youth, and he really wants to get out on bail so he can keep up his good behavior and make a contribution to society. Got that? Will you do it? Alright, I'll talk. Why are you in chains? Ah, don't get hung up on the past, Chief. Don't look to the future. Live in the here and now. He was caught thieving. Shadow, what was that? Get me out of here, I'll tell you. Don't worry, it's not contagious. Alright, let's just take a look around at what there is available. Stuff I can sell. Well, technically I can sell everything I find here, so fuck it. I heard a click.
I know the way.
Can I put another shield? Oh, crap! This wasn't here. Half a century ago, our parents fled their homeland of Sarkoris, terrified of the invading demons. They were certain that the war would soon be over, so they didn't go too far and found the refuge here in Kennebrus. These were those savings they could add to build a tavern where any crusader could get a bowl of soup and a good night's rest in exchange for some money and news about their recent victories. The city looked completely different back then. It was a triumphant city, full of hope, inspiring songs, and brave paladins in shining armor. We praise her Lady Pelura openly. Hope the lands of our ancestors will be ours again in no time. Things have changed since then, though. Our parents have left to the goddess's halls. Dresden is long gone. The whirlwind grows deeper every day, and the Crusaders seem to take more interest in fighting each other and us townsfolk than in eradicating demons. Everyone has gone mad and now puts in all his inquisitive zeal into burning witches. Today, Kenneris is a city of fear and suspicion. We even had to hide our altar of the Shimmering Maiden in the basement so they wouldn't accuse us of demon worship. Queen Galfrey has recently appointed Holrin the prelate of Kenneris. Now nothing will stop this murderer from taking complete control of the city into his hands, serving his so-called justice on everyone. His previous acts of violence were just beginning a full-scale massacre. We have to flee, run like our parents did, this time not from demons but from the Crusaders. Soon we will sell our tavern and leave. Anywhere, away from the agony of this endless war. May Pelura protect the city from whatever comes next. Alright. Hey! Headband of Luring Charisma. Oh, some scrolls. Alright, that's actually good. That's cool. So there's a little hidden door. Okay. So let's see. Have that down, and that one up, I guess, would be the one there. I messed with this occasionally in the alpha, but I never took the shield with me before. So I always miss that button. Huh. I guess that was the answer. Oh, alright, well, let's go ahead and sell some of this stuff. Does any of us need charisma? None of us need... Well, the paladin could use charisma, so I mean... Congratulations, paladin, you have 2 more charisma. This is a frustrating amount of experience points to be away. 3 freaking points. Alright. This place has been sanctified. We protect the area around it from the corruption of the abyss. Oh, this is cool. This entire, like, scaffolding system, that's really cool. That's a really cool thing. We sold everything from there. Alright, good. Well, stealing's a harsh term. We're saving this fucking city, and so we're gonna make good use of every last resource, damn it.
I'll go ahead.
Consider it just compensation for us risking our lives. Oh, that's right. I needed to talk to, Irabeth. I got distracted by the secret room.
All according to plan.
The tiefling chained up in Defender's Heart. What can you tell me about him? Oldriff is a petty thief from a gang of thieflings operating in Kenneris. That's what we call them in these parts. We tried to rob a vendor of magical items recently. Fortunately, we apprehended only one, and the rest managed to escape. We have nowhere else to keep him apart from the Defender's heart, but that's hardly a prison. Woldiff knows it too. He's been begging us for days to let him go free or have someone vouch for him. He's already asked you to put in a good word for him, hasn't he? If you want to recruit Woldiff and put him to good use, go ahead and take him off our guard's hands. We can ill afford to let his soldiers spend their days watching over a middling thief. I hope the tiefling proves useful should you decide to take him along. Alright. My, when would a rogue ever prove useful in the situation of the entire city getting fucked by demons? I talked to Erebeth, I decided to make you part of my troop. We'll see how it goes. You must be a smooth talker. Come on, Delvin. Get these bracelets of yours off me. I'm going free. You're sure to regret this. This tiefling will freeze you for everything you got, mark my words. You're a bitter little man, Delvin. Petty and mean. You can't even be happy for me, can you? I pity you. I'll leave you alone with your sad little soul. So long. And now, Chief, straight down to business. See, I'm one of the guys that people around here call thieflings. We just call ourselves the family. After we knocked over that shop and I got sucked here in the Defender's heart, little bird told me that Big Sister Kreasme wanted to see me. She had some questions to ask me. You following? Now, she won't be asking me questions like, Woldiff, how'd you manage to get out of this one? Or, Woldiff, you were so thin, didn't they feed you? No, something serious has gone down. I just know they want to try and pin something on me. I'm feeling my tail, so I knew right away that I couldn't go alone. You turned up just in time, Chief. You don't need to do anything when we get there. Just stand behind me and look mean. And I'll handle the rest. Somehow. Let's go. I'll show you the way. But now we can level. He's already level 3. He has more experience than us. Wow. Let's go ahead and level up. And we have 5 points to spend, as per usual. Grab another rank of use magic device, because yes. Perception, because that's also good. Knowledge Arcana is always good. Get more athletics, that's good. Get another point in Knowledge World. Alright, it's feat time. It's always fun. So there's a couple options here. And sadly we can't go medium armor focus yet. So we're gonna drop that. Because we need to be level 7 to get arcane medium armor. Let's see. Combat expertise is okay. Arcane strike is also good. Like, arcane's good because if you're not otherwise using a swift action, that's good. Yeah, +1 to damage is always nice. Let's see what else we have. Combat mobility is okay because it allows you to go around without provoking attacks of opportunity more. Other options. Let's see. There was a thing to make your defensive casting a bit better, but I'm trying to remember where it was. Extra arcane pool is it's okay. Piranha Strike is also pretty nifty at times. A nice little +2 to hit damage, but -1 to hit. Scribe Scrolls is good just because, congratulations, you can scribe scrolls. And that might be something I take for the sheer fact of scrolls are good. And because Magus has so few spells available to it, having just a range of scrolls I can cast from would be nice. Spell penetration is something, though, that we want to get one way or another eventually. Weapon focus is also tempting. We could go weapon focus. Ooh. Yeah, weapon focus could be a good idea as well. Get that nice little just, hey, look, I am wanting to use rapiers, because we're going to pretty much be always using rapiers. Scroll of Resurrection will be nice if you aren't bringing in Cleric. Exactly. We don't yet have a Cleric in the party, and we ourselves are not a Cleric, so yeah. What are things as well that we will get access to later? Just like, I remember there being something for defensive casting, but... No, I'm not seeing it. Fencing Grace. Oh. That will be good to get if we do get weapon focus rapier. Just adding dexterity to your damage would be really good. That would be super good, actually, as a matter of fact. Hot damn. So we might get weapon focus just to get into that. I forget sometimes what ones they actually include in CRPG. Piranha Strike's good. Piranha Strike, I'm more likely to get after weapon focus to kind of even out, because, you know, the -1 to hit, but +2 to damage is really good. But because we're not a direct fighter, we have slightly less BAB than we would. Magus gets pretty decent BAB, but like as an example though, we only get +1 BAB at level 3, so it takes... Oh, I guess it just took 2 levels. Yeah, it just took 2 levels before we could get a single BAB. And then suddenly we get a bunch. Huh. So it just... Okay, it increases at an inconsistent rate. But, you know, it's not terrible for Magus. Magus is like, I want to say half BAB? Or 3/4? I think it's 3/4 BAB or half. It's one of the better ones, just not, you know, amazing. And of course, improved critical will be something we will get later, because you have to, kind of. You really do kind of have to. Let's see. Penetrating strike. Fighter. Can you show what Sanctified Slayer got on another character? If we... I might be able to. Like, I can quickly save and show what Sanctified Slayer gets real quick in character creation, but yeah. Yeah, I don't mind doing that real quick. You can select Inquisitor. You're right, I could actually do that. Hold on. Sanctified Slayer. So, they get, of course, domain selection, deity selection, Inquisitor proficiencies, Orisons, Stern Gaze, Stay Target. Oh, yep, the Slayer's Steady Target. Cunning Initiative, Teamwork Feat, Solo Tactics, Sneak Attack. Yeah, it's basically a mix of Inquisitor and Slayer. Yeah, this is pretty much just Inquisitor but Slayer, which isn't bad. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. That's pretty nice. I can as someone who likes the Slayer class and also kind of likes the Inquisitor class, I'm like, yeah, I could see myself going there. You lose Banes in favor of Study as well as the Sneak Attack, yeah. Which I'm okay with. Yeah, no, I'm really okay with that. Yeah, I'm definitely okay with that. Any additional penalties in description? Not really. Like, really just you lose out. It looks like you just mostly lose out in judgment. Yeah. So like it's literally just Inquisitor but with some Slayer tacked on and you lose judgment. I'm quite okay with that. That's not bad at all. I could definitely see myself taking that because in Kingmaker my Baron is a Slayer. And so like I like the class because it's everything I like about Ranger except better. No offense to Ranger, but well, I mean, Ranger ain't amazing. Ranger's better in Wrath of the Righteous for sheer fact of you always know you're going to be fighting demons. But with a lot of other things, like, again, Kingmaker, you're constantly fighting different things, so yeah, Ranger's like, well... Like, the only constant in Kingmaker is beasts. And knowing that eventually, yeah, Fae. Every archer build is a turret. This is true. Every archer build is a turret. See, now, meanwhile, with my Slayer is actually a dual-wield Slayer. So they run in, they sneak attack, and so they get multiple attacks around, and I absolutely had a thing. You can absolutely dump damage. No, but archer builds are good. It's slightly harder to sneak attack, at least in the. So here's the thing. I'm a DM, and so when I first think of these builds, I'm used to running Pathfinder. So my first thought is, but then it's harder to get sneak attack at range because it is. It's harder to reliably get somebody who's flat-footed because you can't just flank because you're not flanking them because you're at range. I think the CRPG is a little bit more flexible, allowing you to sneak attack enemies if they're threatened. I think it kind of goes with the 5e version. But I'd have to look because I'm not as familiar with how the CRPG differs from the tabletop. But so when I first made a Slayer, when I was first looking at it, I'm like, okay, I want to be in melee because I want to take advantage of that sneak attack, and as a result, I want as many attacks as I can get. Fuck the penalties to dual wielding. I've studied target. I can just hit reliably and dump out sneak attack damage. And to my credit, in my Kingmaker run, which I, just do in my free time and such, it works. My Slayer is absolutely the bullshittery of damage, but I definitely think, Sanctified Slayer is the nice extra mix of congratulations, you have a little bit of spells, and also I will admit, I like God, what am I trying to say here with these? I'm trying to think of it. I'm derping as to what I'm thinking of. Oh, Judgment. I miss out on Judgment. But I mean, that's not bad. You still get other stuff. But Judgment is one of the better things about Inquisitor. You do get solo tactics. You get... Solo tactics is really good. So yeah, Sanctified Slayer is still good. But yeah, anyways, we're going back to Magus because our character is a Magus. And Magus is one of those ones that, like, if you're not going Eldritch Scion, which, by the way, is my favorite Magus, Eldritch Scion going into eventually, like, Dragon Disciple. Because then you still have, you have pretty decent, on par with the Magus BAB. Then, of course, you get the freaking different ability boosts. Although, like, the intelligence is slightly less useful. But, I mean, intelligence is always useful for just, hey, look, congratulations, stat boost. But, get that, extra strength going, get the natural AC increase, get all those in, and, like, yeah, that's one of my favorite builds. Also because I'm a sucker for dragons, as many of my players will happily let you know. But because of the fact that we are a boring normal Magus, mostly due to flavor reasons, due to the character that we are playing, we want to go a bit more heavily into Magus. Things we could, like, swap into, things we could multiclass into, we could go, like, either Student of War, which, Student of War doesn't have spell progression, which is the main reason why I would not take it. An idea we could take is Eldritch Knight, because then we get spell progression at a pretty decent rate. And we would get some extra feats out of it. Like, Eldritch Knight would be the alternative to taking a couple levels of fighter, as Eldritch Knight would basically be the response to that. But no matter what, we definitely want, bare minimum, we want 7 levels of Magus. And ideally we want more, because there's a lot of good things. Like, for example, getting 10 levels of fighter, it's like, Magus, congratulations, you're considered to be a level 5 fighter for the purpose of feats, which is good. Yeah, we would really want a lot of these things. Like, Magus is not a bad class. It's one of my favorite vanilla classes. Or rather, it's one of my favorite base classes that I sit there and go, you can reliably take the full 20 levels of Magus and be completely fine. Mostly due to true Magus. It's like, congratulations, the Magus actually becomes a decent caster and really good at melee still. Yeah, the fact that you get greater spell access, really high level, and you just go, congratulations, suddenly I'm not as limited. Like, Magus is something where, if you're going it, you want to take the majority of your levels in it. But man. It might be fine to take a couple level dip of Eldritch Knight. If we were to take any dip in anything, that's probably where I would consider dipping. But for right now, we're going to continue among us. Anyways, we already grabbed the skills. We're going to grab that scroll crafting. It's really hard to decide between Scribe Scrolls, because Scribe Scrolls is really good, depending on the scrolls they allow, but just having scrolls is good. But I really want that weapon focus. I think right now, weapon focus is going to be better. Use a companion for scroll scribe, yeah, that's really what I was just thinking. I'm like, I'll give the scroll scribe to someone else. Because also, like, the other thing there is, as a Magus, we don't have as many spells, so we're gonna have less scrolls available to us. We want an actual fucking wizard or sorcerer or somebody to do scrolls. If it's anything like how the tabletop is, that is, and who knows? Anyways, we're going to get weapon focus, rapier, because we're going to be using rapier pretty much the entire freaking game. And Magus Arcana. Yes, so. That's pretty decent. That's really decent. Magus level 15, okay. Using his intelligence modifier instead of the minimum modifier needed to cast a spell at that level. Okay. And activate a set wander step in place of casting a spell when using spell combat. That's actually kind of good. I'm not huge on using wands because I'm like, oh god, it's a limited resource. I have that, no, yeah. Yeah, no, like, those two wand spells, I'm like, that's good. Extended magic, though, is also really good, because suddenly, hey, yeah, I'm gonna cast, shield extended for free. Is pretty good. Oh, that's tough. That's actually really tough. You know what? Given it's D&D and given... Wait, has the cat knocked over my D20? Nope, no, I sold my D20. Mythic feats and abilities for Nomri? Hell yeah, that's always good. Alright. Given we're playing a tabletop game, we'll roll a CRPG of a tabletop game, and given I am a DM, let's roll a D20. We'll do it this way. 1 through 7 extended magic, because extended magic is something we're going to want to get, period. And then 8 through 14, 1 mastery, 15 through 20, 1 wielder. Because these are actually really good. Slap Sacred Geometry and get that sweet Maximize Empowered Shocking Grasp as a 2nd level spell. That would be nice. Alright, let's go ahead and try it. And that would be a 6. Extended magic it is. I'm okay with that. I'm quite okay with that. Alright, and let's get our new spells. We're still at 1st level spells because Magus progression isn't amazing, but that is what it is. We have scrolls of Snowball. We don't need that because I'll just learn Snowball from the scroll. Vanish and I don't take True Strike as much as I should. The main thing I don't like about True Strike is, congratulations, you've used a spell slot to smack someone. At that point, especially for Magus, I feel like at that point, just cast Magic Missile. Fuck it. Well, I mean, True Strike is good in certain situations. That's the only reason why I'm, hovering over it and going, I could. There's nothing wrong with True Strike. It's just, it would help us against concealed targets, but that thing is... I wouldn't take it with me as much because limited spell slot, so it's like... Admittedly, the flip side of that, actually... all these other things, I'm probably... Except, Stonefist, but I don't really care about Stonefist, because I'm never going to use Stonefist. Most of the others, I'm going to get scrolls of at some point or another. I can just learn them manually. Getting True Strike as just learned. Yeah, Enlarge and Reduce, I will just get scrolls for. Because those are quick and easy, and I'll get scrolls for them and just learn them that way because they're good. True Strike can be useful later in the game when I'm otherwise going to phase out some of my level 1 spell slots. True Strike can be good for when I'm like, ah, shit, somebody's concealed. I'm going to smack them. Yeah, so learning True Strike is better. I don't want to waste a scroll on that.
Time's not waiting.
Anyways. Which, speaking of scrolls, does Gemmel have any scrolls? No, he just has potions. It's going to be
I know the way.
Viscelia's scrolls. Oh, that's cool. But for example, scroll of... oh, he actually doesn't have a scroll of enlarged person. Well, that sucks. Scroll of reduced person? That kind of sucks. Oh, well, we will find them. If we don't even already have them. Yeah. Oh, Damon, I don't know. So as much as I do DM this, I'm not super familiar with much later on in the adventure path. Oh, whoops. Windwalk. That's right. We didn't level up these other people. So, oh, ew, that's not bad actually. Yeah, we'll take another level of fighter right now, just because fighter archer is good. I still might go some levels of ranger to get favored enemy demons and stuff, but or no, what am I doing? Her wisdom's terrible. Well, hold on. Her wisdom isn't good. Yeah, that's the only problem. That's the only reason why I wouldn't take her as Inquisitor. Admittedly. Deliverer? Oh, they have Hunter. They have Hunter. Shit. Deliverer Slayer. See, the main reason why I was looking at Inquisitor Sacred Huntmaster is I was like, well, it would get the animal companion. Hunter also just plain gets the animal companion though, so you know it's like, oh well, in that case, fun fact: Windwog in the adventure path is a ranger, and her animal companion is a monitor lizard. Like, where's that get? They get domain selection, they get deity selection. Do they get spells? It's Divine Caster. Fuck, I don't even know if they get spells. That sucks that it doesn't tell me if they get spells or not. Like, it says Divine Caster. It's like, that's... Eh. Right-click the columns of the levels. I am. What do you mean, like, up there? Yep. Yeah, no, I think I remember seeing on the Discord or on the forums that you can't see any of the spells on for them. Yeah. I think that is a bug. I think that might be a bug. Or if it's not a bug, then they should add it. Because here I am going, why would I ever take Divine Hunter over Hunter? I am assuming Divine Hunter would get spells, but yeah. But I could take Hunter. Hunter isn't bad. Hunter is, if you want to go Ranger but wants an animal companion and really want to work with teamwork feats and stuff, and do that. And if you don't want to worry about favored enemy. So, like, Hunter wouldn't be terrible, but at bare minimum, though, I want that 3rd level of fighter for that armor training, because that'd be nice. Yeah, I'll take, at the bare minimum, that 3rd level of fighter. Let's give her some lore nature. Oh, wow! That's her full art. That's actually really cool, then. I like how that looks. It's creepy as shit, but it's cool. Does she already have weapon focus? She does not. Alright, well, let me go fix that now. Weapon focus, longbow. Congratulations, enjoy your +1 to your longbow. Camellia, Spirit Hunter is fine for you. Like, casters are mostly going to stick on casters, to be honest. Because if you have spells, you want to go in on your spells. Plus, they get hexes. Like, Spirit Hunter is actually a cool class. And I do like her going more trickery, because having another person who can pick locks and stuff is good, because then you can reroll on some locks if, like, your actual rogue fucks up. We've been letting the Paladin persuade for us. I'm fine letting the Paladin keep persuading. Go more Lord Nature. It's good for a couple other things later. Okay. Shaman Spirit Hunter. She's not a... I could have her brew potions. Admittedly, I could also just give her weapon focus rapier, and that'd be fine too. But... I could have her brew potions. Because potions are useful. I'll have her brew potions. Because that can be useful. That can be really useful. Plus, this wasn't in the alpha or anything. This is new to the CRPGs, so I kind of want to fuck with it a bit. And if it turns out it was terrible, alright, well, we learned. Sela, alright, my friend the Paladin. Paladin buddy. Paladin. Your art is really cool. Anyways, persuasion, because we've been letting you talk to people. Why do you... Oh, wait, I keep briefly being like, why the fuck do you have trickery and stealth? And when we spent, like, 20 minutes talking to her about how she used to be a thief and when she was a kid. Knowledge world, knowledge religion, you're the paladin, please know your religion. And weapon focus longsword. Wait, do you get like dodge, shield focus, pickpocket? Yep. Oh, neat. Okay. Yeah, weapon focus longsword. For some reason, I thought paladins got weapon focus of their deity's favorite weapon, but I think I was either just thinking of a different edition of something or something else like that. The thing we're likely to run into first, if you're using lay on hands, especially in a combat situation, which is the main situation we're going to be having you lay on hands and be worried about extra effects, it's going to be sickened. Yeah, there we go. And that's all our people. That's fine. Now, we now have an extra spell slot. The question is, we're in a safe spot, and we absolutely could rest here for the night. Give everyone time to get more spells. Oh god, she's... Never mind. Never mind. This is no longer a question. She has level 2 spots. Fuck off. Her one domain spot is, full strength, so... Lesser restoration because there's enough demons that inflict stat damage that I want that. And then at your level, at our level, what are we going to run into the most? What are we going to need the most? Her walking up to someone or herself and smacking them with more AC might be really good. Or her giving everyone resistance to evil. Delay poison. Oh, that's that's actually very true. Subject becomes temporarily immune to poison. That's good, especially in case we know we're about to hit something that has poison. Doing that and hitting Rin or herself with that is actually really good. Anyways, for her first level spell slots, oh, she's full up. Okay. You don't have spells because you're a paladin. You have spells because you are an eldritch scoundrel. I think that's what you are? Yeah, you're an eldritch scoundrel. I hate how many spells you have. He has mage armor. He does not have a shield. Do eldritch scoundrels not get shield? Or does he just not have it learned? How... Give me a moment. I forget how eldritch scoundrels learn their magic. It's like wizards. They're like wizard rogues. That's right. He can scribe scrolls? Well, I'm glad we didn't take that as a feat. Fuck off. Alright, well, hold on. Yep. I wish we got full information about what you can cast and how you can cast. Can't cast spells. My fucking ass, you can't. Anyways, well, easy way to check. Hey, you. Can you scrap scrolls? Can you like take a scroll and put it in your spell slot? You can. Okay. Okay. Then, do we have a scroll of shield? You scroll protection from good. You can cast protection from good? Okay, sure. Scroll cause fear? Yes. Scroll ray sickening? Yes. They decided to make the companions stupidly good. I'm kind of okay with that, considering you can't control how they get a lot of their initial spells. So, you know, yeah, sure. I'm very okay with it, to be honest. Point buy for your MC? Not as good as the point buy for everyone else. I'll tell you that right now. So, it's not the... So, it's a different bug than actually what was happening. So, Zarin, so as far as what was happening where we got in, we couldn't move, the way around that is you go back to default formation. It's just a weird bug when you first load in. I did forget spells. I'm not going to rest yet. I was showing that we could move. Extending this would be good. And we can expend several spells right now because we're at level 3 Magus. Going to replace Burning Hands with Shocking Grasp. And I want Magic Weapon. You have Grease, that's good. Oh, that reminds me, we have Grease. Shit, no, fuck that, fuck that. Magic Weapon, get out of here. Give me Grease, give me Grease. Grease is so good. With the lack of Hideous Laughter access right now, give me Grease. Give me Sleep. Sleep's also a really good spell. And a very underutilized spell. Alright, with so many people having new spells and stuff now, yeah, let's rest. Rest took 23 hours? What? That is some power nap. Fuck off. Nah, see, alright, Irabeth, I know how it seems. I know, we kind of said we'd go out and do some stuff. I really just meant to take a quick nap, but wouldn't you know it, a day passed. And, well... Fucking Christ. 23 hours. Jeez. I hope there's nothing time sensitive at this early point in the game. A new face in the city. You picked a good time to come to Kenbris. As you can see, we're in sore need of warriors. Do you know everyone in Kenbris by sight? Well, not everyone, but I make my business known to people who might need my services. Blacksmith's work isn't just at the anvil, you know. Are you staunch to blame his brother? Yep, where he goes, I go. That's how we've always done it, even before the world. I forge the armor, he goes in the battle and breaks it, brings it back to me, and I repair it and make it better than before. Everything's changed since then, of course, but that part has stayed the same. I was staunch to blame for the fall of Dresden. I've told this story so many times already. I'll tell you one more time won't kill me. Dresden was built after the First Crusade, back when it seemed like victory was ours for the taking and that the demon invasion would soon be at an end. The population of Old Star Course was thoroughly diminished, and many of them hoped to see their hard fighting repaid with a small plot of unclaimed land. Dresden was a fortress built on all our hopes and Mendev's ambitions, though you're not supposed to say it out loud. What a city it was, veteran. Can't even imagine. It's built by the finest engineers from the Five Kings Mountains. Queen Galfrey spared no expense. Dresden was meant to be the capital of the Crusade movement, a monument to its glory and a beacon of hope for all Galarian. Heroes were drawn there to seek fame and glory. They came from all over. Taldor, Garund, Tianja, I couldn't list them all. A relic known as the Sword of Valor was kept there. The banner that had been carried in battle by Omade herself back when she was still a human. That banner protected the city and kept the demons from teleporting inside its walls. As long as the banner was in place, Dresden was invincible. So we thought. But then the world wound suddenly expanded. The demons launched a new onslaught, and folks started saying it was time to declare the Second Crusade. Dresden was unassailable. Till one young officer was tempted by a beautiful woman. She convinced him that the banner shouldn't be hanging in the city. Its rightful place was on the battlefield. She whispered honeyed words about glory and valor, convinced him that he could be a hero as great as Iomade herself. The poor fool believed her. He rounded up some of his hot-headed friends and carried the banner outside the city gates on an unauthorized foray. The demons slaughtered them within seconds. For some reason, the courageous ringleader was spared. The whole army teleported to Dresden. It was a bloodbath. As you can guess, that officer was called Staunton Vane. The woman turned out to be a demon. Not just any demon. It was Managa, that foul wretch. He's given us a lot of grief in here in Canterbury too. Just don't ask me what I was doing when my brother was off having tryst with that beast and why I didn't save him from his own stupidity. Who could have guessed it would end like this? I failed my brother, that's the truth, and I blame myself every day looking at his plight. So that's the story. Why do you have your forge here in the tavern yard? Wherever I am, that's where my forge is. True master of any craft will always find the tools they need. It's my old forge, of course. It's not just a pile of charred stone and metal. I've still got my hands, and that means I can work. Do you recognize this sword? Do I recognize it? Of course I do. I made this with my own hands. Here's my brand, see? Oh, Yaniel. Things have been tough without you. But you still got your sword. That's something. In battle, ordinary swords get blunted. They break. Sometimes a weapon can preserve. I don't even know how to explain it. I'm no authority on these things. Sometimes like an echo of the deeds done by that weapon. More like a reflection of the wielder's soul? I don't know. I will say one thing. Take care of that sword. Yaniel may no longer be with us, but the demons will still remember why they need to turn tail and run when they see radiance. Ugh. The stabbards are worn. Can't be having a fine sword like this being carried around in this tatty thing. I'll make you a new one if you like. Let's see, stand strong, we both survive. Come see me again, I'll have it ready. No charge. Show me your wares. Let's see what he's got. Ooh, that's a cool flail. Oh, that's actually a cool flail. That's a really cool flail. That's a nice falsata. Falsata? I don't know how you even say that. Roaring hand axe. +1 hand axe with +1 sonic damage. That's alright. And like very few things have resistance to sonic, so like that's better than it looks. Oh, if we could use this, like if I were to make a Blood Rager or a Barbarian, I'd probably grab this. That's cool. Yeah, that'd be good for a demon run. +1 heavy shield. Ooh, we could give that to Sela easy. Armor of Vigilance. Bonus against sneak attacks. We'll want to pick that up later. That's actually pretty damn good. That could be good on some people. It would be good on us as the Magus. I mean, that's just good. Oh, that's a cool little breastplate. So that lets you, whenever you do a charge, they do additional 1d6 bludgeoning damage, and the enemy has to pass a reflex saving throw or become prone. That's cool. DR3 melee. Oh, so it's DR against range attacks. That's not bad. If you have like a fighter, someone who's already like terrible at perception, you're just like, fuck it. That's not bad. I don't know about the 6,000 gold price point, but I mean, it's not bad. That we are getting for Camellia later, because she really likes bucklers and like that's damn good. Just congratulations, free mirror image for 2 rounds. That's good. It's not gonna, pop up a ton, but that's still a cool effect on it. That's worth like the extra couple thousand for it being above a +1. But I think right now we're going to get this +1 shield. I'm going to give that to Sela. Oh, wait, no. It's just a... Yeah, this is what Sela was using for Radiance, that's right. Yeah, we'll sell it. If we had someone who was using glaives, or could use glaives, this would be really good. But we don't. Heavy Mace of Fire. I'm holding out hope. Like, I'm going to keep hold of this because this is a nice little +1 mace. And Heavy Mace is good. But, Oh, we could give it to Sela as a replacement for her backup blunt weapon. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll give it to Sela. And just sell it here. Alright, okay. Now that I'm... Hey! Thank you for the follow, Crap Cloud Thresher. Alright. Let's go ahead and quickly buy the 2 kits. Now we have someone who brews potions, and we have someone who scribes scrolls. Let's buy one of each. Alchemist kit. Oh, most of this stuff is like dirt cheap. Sure. Why not? Fuck it. I'm all for that crafting, why not? And these will basically pay for themselves in creating stuff, so that I'm down for that. There we go. And with that, we are stocked up, so we shouldn't have to buy any more supplies like that for a while, so that's good. Alright. Without further ado, let's get into the city, though. Yes, we are taking Woljif. This is a global map of the city of Cannabis. Yep. Can we even get there? We can, okay. We can get there. Okay. So, here's what I'm thinking. We have to scout the Straw Tower eventually anyways. We have to visit Gorham's mansion. This is our main objective. We have to visit the Blackmoon Library. That's true. But we're still in a city under siege, and we should keep that in mind. Attacks can occur on Defender's Heart, and we will want to help defend them, because if we don't, Defender's Heart can get fucked. How the locations are in different locations? Yeah, they are a bit, actually. Not as much as you think. So, Mia, your party came out of the sewers and the underground about here. Gorham's mansion in there was located about here. So, actually, it's... Oh, wait. The map is rotated ever so slightly, because there's this grove here. This park here, and Gorham's mansion is basically right in here. So Gorham's is just slightly moved. Estrad Tower is kind of the same. Blackwing Library moved way far. Like Blackwing Library used to be like over here. So yeah, that one. Yeah, the library was a lot closer. But that's the main one they moved around. I suspect because they want to make sure you went through the square first. Plus, also, they didn't want to make it way all the way over here and due to moving around some plot lines. The Tirabade residence used to be over here, actually. Like, right about here. They used to live here. So that definitely got moved around. So, and I've heard that because of the fact that the world wound has expanded, corruption is abundant in the land, and we should not camp outside of Defender's Heart any longer than we have to, because corruption can start to creep in as well. So therefore, we have to plan our trips carefully. We're going to want to occasionally come back to Defender's Heart to rest, recuperate. So what I'm thinking, no matter what, we want to get to the market square. Everything that we could do is we're going to have to pass by there, and we have to go through the market square to get to any of these other locations anyways, due to this exterior wall. So let's go to the square. Let's take stock there. then... since a lot of these are going to be like one-stop missions, like just like, alright, we're done. Let's go here. Hit these. Run back. Come back to Defender's Heart. Go down here. Come back. Then go up here and take care of these. So these little marks are crevices and cracks, places in which, you know, this place is basically fucked. So it's going to be difficult terrain to move through. That's a little mechanic they had in the alpha, so I do recognize what that is. That's why, like, it's hell going through this section. So yeah, we'll go to Market Square first, see what the situation is there. This journey will take 1 hour. Fallen horse. What the? Bloody carcass of a strong steed with a broken leg is covered in mangled armor. Saddlebag is intact. Can procure some regions for creating consumable items here. Oh, sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Draft ingredients location. Sure. Okay. That was weird. I guess that's a new thing they're adding. That definitely was not in the alpha. I mean, crafting like that wasn't in the alpha, so I mean, that's cool. If you sneak past enemies, prepare to fight. Okay, random encounter. Sure.
I'll cheer you on from over there.
Baphomet cultists. Just the two, it looks like. This will be easy enough. You need to be up front as well, my good friend. Ooh, that sneak attack. Well, anyways. Scroll of Unbreakable Heart, I'll take that. And that Masterwork Glaive. Yeah, thank you for the 100 gold. Thank you for the 200 gold, rather. Holy shit, fuck. Oh yeah, while we're at it, hold on. Copy to spellbook. Oh, can you learn shield now? Congratulations, my good friend. You now know the other main spell you're going to be using.
Oh.
Any, like, random ass goods? Shit like that? Treasure? Anything? Now we're good? Okay. I'm a bit amused that two cultists decided to take on a group of 5 people. I mean, like, there's confidence and then there's... You're fucking crazy, bro. Like, I don't know what they thought would happen other than exactly what happened, which is they got butchered, but, you know. I'll take their masterwork weapons. Knowledge Arcana, 13 DC. These enormous cracks appeared after a magically induced earthquake struck the land. I mean, no one sane worships demons, but a lot of desperate people eager to save themselves and not die do. So you would think they would be eager to not, you know, throw themselves into death. But, you know, I mean, I've been wrong before. That's fine. Alright, and got a nice little ring. So the whole thing about the cracks and stuff and like needing to actually find a place to cross over sections of the city that have been absolutely fucked is actually not present in the adventure map. That's a cool thing that I definitely considered making for my players. After I saw it done in the alpha, but I went,
Time to
I
share your
realized it
treasures.
was a lot of extra work, and a lot of my players are very clever and great and inventive, and then some of them aren't as much. And I forgot that Woljif is not wearing any armor and needs to cast mage armor. That is my bad. Because his AC is actually not terrible, actually. I stand corrected, he's not, like, terribly weak, but, wait. Can you use them now? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's not terribly weak, but, hey, buddy, go ahead and mage armor yourself. Yeah, there you go. What's your AC now? 20. Oh, crap. Okay, there we go. I've learned after DMing this group of players for a long time that sometimes they will miss stuff that to me is very obvious, or they will go completely the wrong way, or they will sometimes encounter some sort of difficulty and go, fuck this, and go around it, or otherwise just ignore it. It's weird. So I've realized adding difficulties just because I think they're neat isn't really going to be fun for anyone else but me. The point buy on your rogue, stupidly high. I'm sorry, you have a 22 at level 3 and a 20? And your lowest stat is an 8? Fuck you! That's someone... God, yeah, like... That's someone who rolled for their stats and then went, by the way, tieflings... My bloodline for my tiefling gets a +2 to dex, haha. Even then, if you were rolling for your stats, you'd have at most an 18, so that's a guy who basically gave the fucking finger. Just fuck. Like, the natural 22 is really what gets me, where I'm, like, looking at him going, excuse me? See, he has a racial +2 to tiefling, and then racial +2. For reasons? Like, Sela. Sela is a good character. Like, this is damn good point buy, but I'm like, okay, yeah, they buffed her a little. That's fine. Camellia? Alright, they buffed her a little, but that's fine. Wendwag? That's pretty good, but again, still, like, a bit believable. Woljif is bullshit. Woljif is the true hero of this story. He has more intelligence than our mage, because, like, mine was 17, +2 from human. And he's just like, nah, I got a plus, you know, like, I had 16, and I got +2 from tiefling, and then +2 because I'm bullshit. God. Like, fucking Christ. I hate that literally, like, hold on. Alright, yes, you're a tiefling. Okay, and that's fine. That gives you all the, you know, other stuff of, you know, being a tiefling. But, excuse me. Excuse me a moment. What is this? Like, yeah, anyways. As you can see, like, he's chaotic neutral. Camellia? Neutral evil. Oh, Camellia's just neutral. And then lawful good, and then we're lawful evil. Secret heritage. Yes, is the heritage of bullshit. We're gonna learn later that he's the love child of an angel and a demon. Yeah, he's like, we're gonna learn later. It's like, yes, I'm a Nephilim. And it's like, well, okay. Alright, I guess that's just a thing.
This is my kind of work.
Scroll of Cure Light Wounds, a gold coin, light mace. We'll leave the mace. Oh, speaking of, that reminds me. While I'm thinking of it, where's your flail? You don't need that flail anymore. You have a heavy mace of fire. Congratulations. His class is Eldritch Scoundrel. It's rogue with wizard spells. So hence why he has an actual lot of spells. And he's actually really good as a caster. Oh, PC? We are Magus. Owlcat loves neutral companions. Owlcat takes the view of there's very few people who are truly good or truly evil in this world. And that's kind of true in that a lot of, just generic random people you will meet on the street in the world of Galarian and such are probably some mix of neutral. It takes something special to actually be good or evil. And that's very true. Like Woljif isn't evil, but he's definitely not good. He is a thief, but he's not a thief in the sense of, I steal and stuff because it makes me feel good and all that stuff. It's like, no, he does it because he can. He's chaotic, and he definitely leans a bit more evil than, like other people, but yeah. Hey, thank you for the follow, Oedipus. Yeah, no, like he's your generic thief who steals because it's all they've known and all other stuff, and that's just how they live life, is generally going to be chaotic neutral. A person, he's probably not one who would steal from, a poor box, I would hope. But, and that is what keeps him from going into evil. Wendrog will do literally anything for power, even if it means betraying people, eating human flesh, anything. So that's why she's fucking evil. Rin's evil because even though she values life and absolutely is like, no, yeah, life is to be preserved, life, people should not be made to suffer. She's like, the biggest source of suffering in this world is death. So the best way to conquer death and make sure people don't have to lose loved ones or worry about resources or anything else like that is to wipe out all life in the world and replace it with undeath. Then everyone can be happy, right? Haha. Hence why she's absolutely fucking evil. It's for the best of reasons. We'll make this quick. She won't feel a thing. I don't know, can we really do this? So we don't have a choice. There are demons everywhere. What else would you have us do? A group of knights surrounds a young elven girl. She is dressed in rags that barely cover the hideous scars on her body. The bigger girl is on her knees, watching placidly as the people argue heatedly around her. It's as if she doesn't sense the looming threat at all. A black crow flies in agitated circles above her head. We are a Magus. And thank you for the follow. In Iomede's name, we're sorry, girl, but it is our duty. We have to do this. Not for our own sake, but for the sake of everyone who can still be saved from the demons. If we don't win this battle, you won't have long to live anyway. The knight brings his sword up above the girl's head. I understand. You're scared. You feel powerless. You think this will help. You don't have to justify yourselves to me. Just do what you've decided to do. The girl smiles serenely, as though she isn't at risk of imminent death. Yeah, so, what the fuck's going on here? Our weapons barely scratched the demon's hides. We're sacrificing this girl to Iomade so we can consecrate our weapons with her innocent blood and gain the power to destroy the spawn of the Abyss. It's extreme, but we have no other choice. We have to defend this city somehow, or else we'll all perish, including her. Best NPC in the game right here? I don't know if I would say best, but I really do like Ember, so, like, I'll go with a very good NPC. Yeah, meanwhile, let's see, what would give us the best example? What would give us the best chance? Rin is all for saying, no, fuck this, I have power and I will use force to make you not kill someone who cannot defend themselves. Who are you to threaten us? Are you with the demons or something? That's it, she's a cultist, plain as day. Please don't fight, all of you are good people. Kill the cultists!
You can handle them, right?
Yeah, about that. We're gonna turn on turn-based mode real quick. And, oh god, we can absolutely just murder these guys before they can act, because, watch this.
Distract them from me.
Hello, Woljif. Would you like to sneak attack? Alright, Windwog. Go to town.
You apart.
Oh. Alright, Camellia. Take on that other Crusader. Oh, I put you just at that. That fucking sucks. Okay. In any case.
The light take you.
Oh, well, you actually managed to hit Camellia. You both managed to hit Camellia. That's not... I mean, when your attacks are 25 and a 26 respectively, yes, you can hit Camellia. Jesus. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and touch of fatigue. And by touch of fatigue, I mean smack someone with our sword. See? He's nice and tired.
Stab you or zap you. Why not both?
Today on Rogues Are Bullshit. See, that's your problem right there, Crusaders. You didn't have cold iron weapons. Oh, I will take the potions, though. Breastplate's kind of worth it, too. But, like, don't take the chainmail. That's too heavy. The crossbows are worth selling. We can dump the breastplate if necessary, so. Hello, Ember. With a carefree smile, the girl comes up to you. There's something strange in her dark eyes, something not of this world. The crow on her shoulder watches you closely with eyes that are too knowing for an animal. You came to help me. You saved one life. You took others. Was it worth it? They committed a crime and deserve to be punished. How do you know what people deserve? Maybe the truth is I deserve to die, and they to live. The girl shrugs, smiling serenely. But you shouldn't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just a silly girl, really. I don't trust her. She isn't what she seems, what she would have us believe she is. Windwog says quietly, you see the tension boil in her. She is poised to fight or flee at any moment. This is no simple-minded child before us. I don't think you're an ordinary girl. That crow you have there, it's not ordinary either. No, don't be silly. I'm very ordinary. Well, I know different types of tricks, but Soot taught me those. Now Soot here, she truly is unusual. She is clever and she can talk, but only to me. She teaches me magic tricks and lots of other stuff. I don't know what I'd do without her. Who are you? Call me Ember. I live here on the streets for many years now. There's nothing to say about me. Yeah, well, she's a witch. So, magic tricks, you say? You prove useful when fighting demons. I'll be able to protect you from insane soldiers on the streets. Come with me. Must have misheard. This girl joined our party? Who could we possibly want with this dirty little beggar? Sure, let's go. Yeah, Ember's a stigmatized witch. Some witches think of their magic not as a gift, but as a curse. Her body is tarnished with the mark of her ill fate. Maybe the patron of such a witch was cruel and said that power mustn't come cheap. Maybe they mercifully helped the witch to turn the adversities that befell her into a source of new strength. A stigmatized witch realizes an intuition. Her magic is based not on the sharpness of her wit, but on the strength of her character. Instead of the regular powers granted by a patron, such a witch gets a curse like an oracle, and she casts her spells spontaneously, like a sorcerer, rather than a wizard. Define this game's Jubilost. Because that could mean many different
Soot
things.
is restless. I wonder why.
Snarky? No, Ember is absolutely not snarky. She is the sweetest snowflake little fucking cinnamon roll there is. The one dressed in blue.
Only you deserve
This one?
my obedience.
Yeah, Windbug is not this game's Jubilost. Oh, Carmelia?
Open your heart to me.
There's an argument to be made that yes, she is this game's Jubilost, except Jubilost is clever and snarky, but like has a point. Camellia is just kind of a bitch.
Let me draw the first
Insane
blood.
bitch, yeah. Aw, fuck. Hey, Woljif. First of all, we're turning on turn-based mode because fucking swarms.
Right there. Something? See?
That's fine. Alright, can you hit both of these? No, they actually gave a shit about cover. Fuck, alright. Okay, Sela, do you have a torch equipped? You do, as a matter of fact, have a torch equipped. Fucking Christ stick. Woljif, we're gonna hit some people. Can you, like, move, like... Fuck, we're gonna hit some people, but that's fine. As someone who has both played and TM'd the Spider Swarms in Kingmaker and the adventures in the Adventure Path, I'm someone who's very careful when using things that have stat damage poison. Yeah, like, people are nauseated, but they didn't get the disease. Yeah, the disease is what will have caused stat damage. Like, Camellia, though, is stuck in... She can't act, but she can move. Alright, Rin... can't... Does she have a torch? I stealthily equip one. Oh, they keep track of that. You can. But, like, it doesn't matter as much because it's not going to fix anything. Because they just move around and cause bullshit. Ooh! They're all in place. Well, Woljif, deck save.
Down. Not dead yet.
Yep.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Cover me, all right?
Alright, well, that's fine. Let's swap out our torches for actual weapons
Together,
again.
we stand.
You
Somebody
can
else pull
trust
it
me.
over?
Don't mind me.
I am
Good.
prepared.
Okay. Well,
What's on your
oh yeah,
mind?
you have a couple
I
cure light wounds
wonder.
prepared, so go ahead and use those. How much you missing? You're missing 6. Go ahead and lay on hands yourself. Lay on hands Camellia. Yeah, go ahead, use one more.
Trust in yourself.
And you can heal Camellia a bit too. And heal Rin.
Yes.
Alright. Now we're a bit more topped off. That's better.
What's that there?
Fucking swarms.
I know
Ooh, that
the
was
way.
close. Luckily, we have people who are really good at this.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Hide armor. Oh, it's unidentified. It's +1 hide armor. That's actually not that great. Short sword. Short bow. That's actually worth it because you can sell it for bank. Alright. Seasoned wings and thighs. That reminds me, did I copy the other recipe? Must have at some point. Oh, we have one of these. Not that it's important, because it is important because she doesn't have armor. Congratulations, Ember. You now have bracers of armor. And notable? Oh. No, we had another recipe that we got at Defender's Heart. And I just couldn't remember if I had already right-clicked to learn or not yet, and apparently I did. So. An incomplete magic circle for a summoning ritual. So, we have some people who have some decent knowledge arcana, mostly me. Should we take the risk and finish the summoning circle, or should we destroy it? I know what the smart option is. Either way, I'm fucking F5 because it could backfire and immediately kill us. Stop. I could just... Like, that looks like stop, but that could just be nothing. You know what? You know what? We have the knowledge. We're reckless and... Well, we're not reckless. We're very calm and calculated as far as things go with our plans. But...
Can't.
How do we do on that check anyways? We rolled a 3. Alright, that's what I get. Well, alright, let's destroy it. Okay. No, we deserve that. But luckily we have the potions to make it up for that. This is what we get for being very conservative with our healing before in the shield maze. We have so many healing potions that we can make reckless actions like that and go, alright. Now, I could have been
In due time.
like really I could have been like really cheesy and gone, alright, reload, and either brute forced it or nothing good is summoned by huge amounts of blood spread everywhere. Well, luckily, we're not good. But what I was actually gonna say is yeah, I'm not one to cheese, especially because I'm a DM. I cheese in favor for... Yeah, that's fine. I cheese in favor of my players sometimes, but you know what? Let's back up. Let's wait for him to come to us.
They'll beg me to stop.
Yeah, I'll cheese in favor of my players, but I'm someone who's very firmly a believer of...
This was not.
Well, you made the decision, now live with it. When it comes to players. So obviously, like, I'll reload if we lose, because, you know, like, well, otherwise, well, alright, that was fun game, guys. But, you know, although one day I might try a Iron Man mode.
Focus on the goal.
Let's see here. The car is laden with possessions looted from the surrounding houses. Damn, they got a lot of good stuff. I'll take that. Lots of silver. I love the design of the place, though. Like, it really does really capture the feel of a city that's been overrun and kind of just fucked up. And just in chaos. We're just picking through the rubble and trying to salvage what's left in the city.
Can we retreat already? Time to share your treasures!
Alright, it's some Crusaders against some cultists. And one Crusader is dead.
Didn't know I had it in me.
Oh, he got back up. He's alive. Heavy crossbow. I guess it's kind of worth it. Great club? No. Scroll of remove sickness? Fuck yes. Javelin and light mace and leather armor. Club. No masterworks. Damn, that sucks. By the order of Commander Terabade, we are searching the city and helping the wounded. And
I'll
getting
go
wounded
ahead.
yourselves, I see. Good job, everyone. Good
This
job.
war must end.
Hold on. Actually, let me go ahead and... There we go.
tail is twitching. Must be a sign.
Hey, we got some gems.
I'll cheer you on from over there.
A calculated
Demon.
risk.
Why are they attacking? They're attacking more people. I used up my healing powers for today. Should have prayed harder to I am one day. Okay. The Eagle Watch will not abandon its post, no matter what happens. My sister's house stood there, where that pile of rubble is now. Good gods, there's no way she made it out, is there? The Eagle Watch will not abandon its post, no matter what happens. Praise Almighty, the Crusade leadership stood firm in the chaos and sent out soldiers to help the people of this city. If they hadn't, I wouldn't be alive right now. Alright. And we made a full little lap of this area. Because, yep, that is very much, the entire general area over here. Which means it's time to progress.
I know the way.
Athletics 12 DC. 5, 3, 6, 4, 7, 12. Okay, we'd have to roll it. 5. Yeah, let's go ahead and build a bridge. Go on, Wundwag.
Anything for you.
Good job, Wundwag. Knew you could do it. We now have a bridge. Get across the rubble. That's a bit of a harder check. Let's explore for a bit first.
You can handle them, right?
Fiendish giant fly. Fiendish giant centipede. Oh no! The ragdoll! My beloved brother, I admire your zeal, of course, but would you not agree this is hardly the time to be standing guard over a hole that no one will ever emerge from? Perhaps you're concerned that someone will decide to go for a nighttime stroll and will accidentally fall into it. Such foresight is laudable, but do you really need so many soldiers for such a task? Can't your warriors be put to better use, for instance, fighting demons or clearing rubble while the people trapped up beneath it might still be alive? The face of this golden-curled Asmar is beautiful even by the standards of his kind, in whose veins runs the blood of angels. His melodious voice sounds cheerful, but bitter reproach simmers in his gaze. Don't you dare call me brother, heretic! The signs of recent, hard fighting are obvious in this stern old man. His armor is dented and covered in blood, and his unnatural pallor suggests something more dangerous than wounds inflicted by claws and fangs. Nevertheless, his gaze is stony, his voice, accustomed to barking orders, is harsh and clipped. How dare you accuse me of doing nothing to protect this city, especially now when followers of your temple were caught committing treason? To my mind, you are no different than demon worshippers. Those miscreants, those beasts are digging under the city walls. Everyone knows, my dearest prelate, that in your zealous pursuit of order in the city, you have long since forgotten how to tell friend from foe and good from evil. That's what happened with my adepts, whose act of treason was a genuine attempt to save the city. And yet again I am forced to repeat myself. While we are wasting time on pointless quarrels, people are dying under the rubble in our city. People whom we could have saved if you had only set your soldiers to a task and not kept them here, surrounding a useless and utterly harmless hole in the ground. Harmless? Well, if it's on your say-so, then that must mean there's someone down there. Your associates, no doubt. They're just waiting for us to abandon our post before they slink out and try again to... And you... I remember you. You appeared in my city the day the demons attacked and Trendil died. What are you doing here? Answer at once, or I'll have you strung up by your ankles before you know it. Don't think the demons have wounded me. I still have enough strength to take on 100 of your sort. What is this hideous creature? Tundra shoots him an icy glare. We call ourselves the Neethers. Our forebears bore the brunt of the demons' first strike. Thanks for their sacrifice, you sent them into the catacombs. But now that demons are mauling you in the streets, you need allies, even hideous ones, like us. Mongrels, descendants of the Crusaders. A feral specimen, no doubt. You obviously know human speech. Surprisingly well, in fact. Alright, let's be off with you. If she causes any trouble, I shall hold you responsible. Come to think of it, you still haven't told me who you are. I'm a Crusader. I'm fighting to liberate Cannabis from the demons. A Crusader, you say? I'll be looking into that. You obviously don't know to whom you are speaking. I'm the one who decides who's a Crusader and who's a traitor in this city. Horwin Shabbat, prelate of Cannabis, by the grace of Her Majesty Queen Galfrey, and the city's defender against threats from within and without. And as we can see, you've done a sterling job protecting this city. I am Ramian of Edme, prior to the Temple of Desma, which, alas, currently lies in ruins. Wise Holrin here believes it is vital to guard this hole in the ground, from which he is certain demons will emerge at any moment. I've been trying to convince him that the city has far more urgent matters to deal with. For instance, rescuing those currently dying under the rubble. You know what? There may be in fact one matter that is more important than guarding this hole. Put it off, and look where it's led us. Should have had you hung from the gates back when you dared to defend your gang of delinquent demon collaborators. If the Starkorians had hanged Arilu Vorlech when they had the chance, there never would have been a war. I won't repeat their mistake. I won't hesitate any longer. Soldiers, seize this scum. Prelate, see reason. These are frightening times, but threatening to hang someone without trial, that is unworthy of a Irvin of Iomade. The old man fixed his eyes on ceiling. Lest you forget, girl, we may serve the same goddess, but you are not an inquisitor. Don't question the way I choose to serve Iomade, and I won't question yours. What precisely are you accusing Ramian of, Inquisitor? Treason. Not long before the city was attacked, several followers from his temple tried to secretly access the Wardstone and perform an unknown ritual over it. The Wardstone of Cannabis, a gift from Iomade, the bringer of light, wrought by the hands of her herald, the first in the chain. And followers of that crazy runt of a goddess tried to meddle with it using their magic after hearing a voice in their dreams. My soldiers almost had them caught when Ramian got in the way, allowing the traitors to go to ground. I made a mistake. I didn't have him locked in a cell and interrogated within an inch of his life. Now the city lies in ruins. It's time to rectify that mistake. I've told you before and I'll tell you again. My people foresaw the attack on the city. They knew the Wardstone already carried the seed of corruption within itself, and they were simply trying to heal it. I've heard similar claims before. Now, where was it? Ah, yes, from Staunton Vane, the traitor who brought down Dresden. The lessons of the past have taught us a great deal, and that is why I never believed you or your mob's lives, even for a second, and I was right. Rin's staying out of this. You're a fool, Holden. You're a zealot and a murderer, but you're a fool first and foremost. I told you that the Wardstone was weakened. You wouldn't listen. I warned you that the city was going to be attacked. You shooed me away. The truth is that my young adepts were trying to save the Wardstone, and you stopped them. Of course, those truly responsible for this tragedy are the demons, but you have done nothing to prevent it. And now you would still rather kill an innocent person and perish yourself than admit you were wrong, as always. Beast, heretic, traitor, he slipped away again. What about you? Whose side are you on? If you want me to believe you're no cultist, go and recapture that traitor for me. Or perhaps you want to defend them? In that case, my soldiers don't need to be told twice. I see you suffer greatly in battle. Nonsense. I deal with a brood of shadow demons. It was nothing. I've taken on worse enemies with the goddess's help. Shadow demons have the ability to drain their victim's life force. Judging by Halloran's pallor, he's lost a significant amount of his energy. Inquisitor can bluster as much as he wants, but right now he's far from the peak of his abilities. Shadow demons. The prelate is mighty, sure enough, but strong predators tired and spent after defeating a rival becomes tempting prey for smaller hunters. Smaller predators, in turn, should ensure they do not choose a target that's far superior to them. Weakness can be deceiving. would a city girl know about wild predators? I was educated at home. My studies were most rigorous. Why are you obsessed with finding enemies everywhere you look? Why? Why? You must not be from these parts. You wouldn't have asked such a question. I look for enemies everywhere because our enemies are everywhere. Where are we at war with? Demons. Demons and cultists. They are masters of deception. They worm their way into your favor and masquerade in all manner of false guises. Do you think Dresden was taken by force? No, by trickery. Were it not for me, Kennebrus would have gone the same way long ago, captured out from under our noses. Now listen to what I'm about to tell you. This was a long time ago. I was very young then, I had just joined the crusade. Back then, Kennebrus didn't have a garrison so much as a public thoroughfare. Anyone who wanted could just stroll into the city. One day at dawn, a group of refugees came up to the city gates, bold as brass. Guards let them in, and why not, for no one was ever turned away. 'Twas no matter. Everyone was welcome in our city. If you came from Mendev, or if you'd hauled yourself here from across the seas, the crusade accepted all and sundry. Upon this occasion we paid dearly for our laxity. Just as soon as those innocent lambs entered the city, they transformed into demons and rushed toward the wardstone, slaughtering everyone who tried to stop them. 62 people died in less than a minute. Demons used their mutilated corpses to desecrate the obelisk. None of them dared to go near it, but the gods burned them all, as they threw the blood from afar, splattering the wardstone from every direction. The lead demon, an eyeless beast, Monago was her name, jeered and gloated, saying, "We mortals have been sitting ducks." The creature was right, too. With our guard and we got what we deserved. That bloodbath came to be known as the Red Morning Massacre, and was burned into the townsfolk's memories. Since then, Kennebrus has adopted different practices. Heretics, cultists, spies, all the rabble who've coveted Arilu's glory, we drove them all out of the city. We haven't had any trouble here since. Many have come here, even the Baylor Karamzadeh, and they have all been sent straight back to where they came from, or else they were killed for their trouble. You see, Discari himself had to crawl out of the abyss and come here. The goddess cursed him in order to break through our defenses. What did he do? He left again, and we're still fighting. Now that is what vigilance and discipline can do. Ramin really warned you about the attack? Those crazed Desnans were always bursting into my office with their incoherent prophecies that came to them in their dreams. I won't lie, sometimes what they said did come to pass, but can we really rely on the woolly dreams of heretics over the cold hard facts of intelligence reports? Plenty of demons could have easily fooled them and whispered a treasonous plan in their dreams, and those lunatics could have been only too happy to listen. This time, Mr. Curls for Brains came to me and declared that demons were about to attack the city and that the wardstone's power was diminished by some kind of contamination or taint. Iomedae, forgive me for even repeating the words. After uttering such blasphemy, he should have been locked up along with his followers and interrogated. But instead, I simply increased the surveillance on them. What next? My people caught them red-handed trying to attack the wardstone with unknown magic. Not 3 days later, the demons attacked the city. There is an obvious connection between these events. Whether deliberately or under demonic influence, the dozens played right into the hands of Discari's hordes. They almost left the city completely defenseless. Rami covered for his people the whole time and helped them escape my guards. After that, what else can he be but a traitor and a heretic? There's nothing dangerous in this hole, you have no reason to guard it. I won't hear another word. Demons are hiding underground, and the proof is all around you. The demon spawn that tried to crawl out can't harm anyone now. Wait, you're trying to lure me away from here, aren't you? Perhaps you're a cultist too. Want to help your friends underground, do you? Well, you won't fool me. I won't take a single step away from here, and if you keep talking nonsense, I'll have you strung up for treason. Where can I find Remian? How should I know? The weasel can't have gone far. He turned invisible. He's probably hunkered down in some hole like a traitorous little rat he is. Now he's sitting, trembling, and waiting till he's dragged out of there. The paladin's after you. This seems the only sensible thing to do. That's why I'd do it. I have to go. Go on then, if you have to. Be good if you could return with the head of that scum. I remember you. When Father and I arrived in the city, you met us. What is this gibberish? As if I have nothing better to do than arrange meetings with vagrants. But it's true. You and the other knights tied us to stakes and started lighting the bonfire. Father died, and one of your knights changed his mind and pulled me from the flames. But then he died too. Don't you remember? If you were burned, then was with good reason. See, some traitor helped you escape from the fire. It's a crime in itself, which means that you have been evading justice all these years. If it weren't for the invasion, I would review your case and see that your sentence was finally fulfilled. Lucky that we have more important matters to deal with right now. He didn't look the way he does now, all wrinkled and gray. He was young with a big mustache. Probably forgot all about me. It was a long time ago. But I do want to say one thing. I'm not cross with him. This knight is a true hero. He just really, really wanted to protect his city. Only got all mixed up about who was good and who was evil. You forgive him after what he did to you? He thought he was doing what was right. How do you know? Maybe you've done something thinking it was a good thing, but you were really doing a bad thing that hurt someone. What if I've done the same thing? Can't get angry at people for making mistakes when you might be no better than them. When you sent an innocent child to be burned at the stake, don't you want to ask for forgiveness? Hardly. Anyone can look innocent. How this girl managed to survive the fire? What about that crow that's always flying around her? I advise you to take a closer look at this innocent little lamb of yours. If you ask me, she looks highly suspicious indeed. And here's where the evil comes out. Because now Rin has seen him threaten people who are pointing out, hey, look, people are dying and you're guarding a hole. Wants to kill that person. He's openly threatened us multiple times, and now he's just openly admitted, no, I would absolutely burn you right now. To Ember, who had been burned as a child. As far as Rin's seeing, this man is a cancer. This man is a great source of suffering in the world, and he needs to die. Like, see you try.
Can we retreat already?
Okay, so first of all,
This will hurt.
alright, Windbug, do your thing. Can you target Holren? You cannot? Okay. Well, let's see if we can inspect him. Holren is lawful neutral.
Into the fray! The light! Take you!
Oh. Jeez, I not. He is lawful neutral. AC 17.
You won't stop us.
Ooh, baby. Persuasive. That explains a couple things. You know what? Yes. Mage armor yourself. go ahead and sneak attack the fuck out of him. You know what, Zila? A nice little pull strength going on there. We are not going to spell combat because we need to add a certain couple things to our belt and use them. Arcane weapon enchantment, please.
Let's try this way.
Aha! He fell! That's gonna make it harder for Windwag, but she can take on the other ones. Did she fall to the... Damn it. Wait! Crap! Ember! Shit. Well, that's not good.
Distract them from me.
That was perfect, Woljif. Just like that. Just like that. Alright, well, we'll turn on spell combat and, just, you know, casually shocking grasp. Good old Grease. Alright, Windwag. You know what to do.
Beg me to stop.
Try and slumber Holren. Nope, he succeeded. Holren's going down. Like, we're probably gonna get him, but yeah, spare weapon enhancement, please. Yeah, touch of fatigue and attack. He's fatigued now. Ah, he's making his reflex slaves.
Wounded.
No match for me.
Windwag, please hit.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Vulnerability curse. Alright. Woljif,
Stab you or
take him
jab you?
down.
Why not both?
God damn it. Alright, Camellia, I believe in you. Alright, let's do it ourselves.
This should do it.
We did it! So he's still alive, shit. He fell! Alright, Windwag, it's gonna be difficult for you, but do your best. Good job! You shot him. And Sela fell over.
I'll hit you.
Ember, yeah. I'm not expecting great things from you, I'm just, you know, hoping you do something.
Cover me, all right?
And Holren is dead. Well,
The spirits demand your blood.
time to mop up.
A calculated risk.
Alright, Inquisitor.
Beg me to stop.
There we go.
Time to share your treasures.
Cold Iron Masterwork Longsword? Fuck yes. And more potions of your wounds. Longsword of Right. This 1+1 Cold Iron Longsword, fucking Christ, deals an additional 1d3 damage to chaotic creatures. That's actually really good. Shit. Adamantine Chainmail? What? Hot damn, Horan. You had the good shit. Adamantine Chainmail. Unfortunately, it's medium armor. Fucking wow. So, let me explain Adamantine. A DR2. Just reduce, reduce damage that you take by 2. And yeah, Adamantine is like stupidly good. It would take magical weapons to pierce it, and even then they have to be good magical weapons. Well, she would lose 1 AC, but she would gain DR. And DR is powerful. Hold on. You know what? No, if someone's gonna, lose 1 AC, let's have it be Seela. Congratulations, Seela. You have stupidly good armor now. And as much as I like Radiance on you and you having Radiance, take the Longsword of the Right for now. Alright, well let's heal up, because, oh, damn, that was close. Camellia did not. Because, as you'll notice, Seela lost an AC, and now she's at 22 versus this. The Paladin was at 23, without spells. Camellia doesn't have a defensive spells up. They just have Bless and Bull Strength on. Yeah. No, the Paladin has more AC. Or had more AC. So that's why I'm like, nah, we're good. Both have... Yeah, now they're both at 22. Now that I've had Seela put on the Adamantine Chainmail, it's not as much AC as her Banded Mail, but A, it's 2 less armor check penalty, which is, nice. B, damage reduction. And damage reduction is powerful. Like, damage reduction is really good, and it isn't obvious how good it is. But it's like, as an example, DR3. Alright, if you get hit with a dagger, that's 1d4. It has to roll maximum damage to even hurt the person at that point. Short sword. Mithril counts as an armor class lighter than a type of armor lighter than it is. So a mithril full plate would count as medium armor for the purposes of arcane spell failure chance. It would have a higher dex bonus, etc. Yeah, if you only have medium armor proficiency, you can wear mithril full plate, I believe. I think. You know there's an encyclopedia. Hold on. I'm gonna quickly. I'm not fully sure if they can wear armor they couldn't otherwise equip, but as an example, like, for example, if Rin had the feats, if she could otherwise put on full plate, but otherwise could only cast in medium armor, she could suddenly cast in full plate if it was mithril. The demon invasion transformed all of Canterbury into one great battlefield, but no one in the city suffered as much as this square. This place saw a clash of titans, the demon lord Discari leading his hordes from the abyss, and the dragon Trendilev, the mightiest of the city's defenders, and one of the first to fall. The scene of destruction leaves no doubt as to the battle's outcome. A skilled pathfinder could recreate the course of the battle moment by moment, simply by looking at the ruins, from the chimneys torn down by powerful wings in a sharp dive, to the bloody tracks left behind when the demon dragged away the noble reptile's broken body. There is no hypothetical pathfinder gazing upon the ruins. It is Zetrin, and she is not alone. The shadow of a strange, barely perceptible presence lingers over this place. Like a gaze untethered from any observer, this mysterious force unknown to mortal kind silently assesses, judges, and seeks a better way. In an instant, Zetrin is vested with this power and looks at the world with its eyes. The past, present, and future stand before as a unified whole, an unmoving, multifaceted crystal that would be beautiful were not for the fractures, blemishes, and flecks marring its splendor. What past does she see? In the past exists the one who wielded this gaze in life, although the one and life are in opposite terms for aeons, these supernatural embodiments of cosmic balance. Rather than who or what, a better word for these entities is how. This aeon appeared from outside this world, from the great beyond, put an end to the intermingling of the planes, and destroy the world. The chasm disrupting the order of the multiverse. Alas, from the visitor from beyond who proved too weak for the battle they came to fight. They even failed to finish casting the spell that would have sent Discard back to the abyss. With one swing of his scythe, the demon lord cut the aeon down. Ruins, blood, corpses. None of this perturbs Aeon's dispassionate gaze. The living are alive, the dead will be judged by Pharasma. All is as it should be. The demons circling in the sky and prowling through the streets created a jarring juxtaposition, like splashes of blood-red ink on a restrained pencil sketch. They should not be here. The world of mortals is for mortals. The demon's place is in the demon world. How sublime the world would be if everything in it knew its place. Even the demons aren't as abhorrent as the sharp-edged, unassuming crystal, languishing in the dirt among the bricks and smashed cobblestones. No mortal would notice it, but to the Aeon's eyes, its mere existence is an outrage against universal laws. If the Aeon still existed, they would not stop until the crystal was made. The Aeon is gone, and only the gaze remains. Zetrin picks up the crystal up out of the dirt and stows it in her pocket. She is mortal, which means she has the power to decide what to do with it. And finally, what future does she see? Good and evil, chaos and order. Everything is in its lawful place in the universe. universe, and is no longer trespassing where it does not belong. Nothing is disrupting the smooth and steady current of the river of souls from life into death and back to life again. Crystal reality, rid of its flaws, is now perfect. The aeons were drawn to eternally admire its beauty, which will never be threatened again. They're allowing the Huron to view the world through their eyes. The little that remained in the destroyed aeon is killed, appropriate here for an entity that is so removed from life and death as we understand them, used up its last vestiges of energy. Now they're ready to disperse into nothingness, unless someone decides to preserve the aeon within themselves. Will the heroine take on this power, so that she may again look at the world through another's eyes? Or will she allow it to vanish? Retain the aeon's power within yourself. The spirit of the aeon dwells out of sight, deep in Zeshan's soul. A pair of magical spectacles stowed away until the moment when the heroine once again needs to look at the world through another's eyes. So, as I've mentioned before,
Ready for anything.
getting exposed to those paths and taking on their things does not lock you out of anything. It is not your permanent choice. You will only have the permanent choice when you have a full level up screen. So just because suddenly we can look at the world through another's eyes doesn't mean that we are now an Aeon. Not yet. But perhaps one day. Not in this playthrough, though. Aeon is interesting, and I would really like to mess with it, because it's a definitely interesting idea of just removing yourself entirely from how the world is and exists, and instead judging it and ordering it, and manipulating time and space. But you need to be one of the mythics turned into endgame mythics. Yes, with the exception of Legend. I mean, I think no matter what, you have to choose a Legend for a mythic for a time, but you can later reject the mythic paths entirely and become a Legend. I think that's how that works, but don't quote me on it because Legend is not yet implemented. But the quote-unquote endgame ones, the later stage ones, are Gold Dragon, which is the path of quote-unquote redemption, supposedly. Swarm That Walks, which is the path of corruption. And Legend, rejecting the influence of the mythic paths entirely. But, there's a lot of things that we can do
Might be trap, might be treasure.
in the square. And there's still a lot to explore. I'm curious about Legend. I'm very curious about Legend. I very well might do a playthrough of that one of these days.
I'll cheer you on from
Fuck.
over there.
Am I at my limit?
Filth Fever. Yep, 2 people got Filth Fever. Shit, we'll have to cure that later. No, their mortal wounds were inflicted by ordinary weapons.
Follow my lead.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's still a lot to do in the...
I see something
Okay.
over there.
Cool. Yeah, a lot of stuff still remains to be done in the square, because, man, that's a lot of blank map. Unfortunately, though, it's already approaching 11, and as much as I enjoy playing this, as much as last night I definitely went a bit longer than this, I can't constantly keep going up till, you know, really late at night when I work in the morning. So unfortunately, having reached the point at which we started yesterday's stream, the middle of the square, this is a decent enough place to end. We're going to heal everyone up because everyone needs to be healed up. And do we have any scrolls of... We do have some scrolls of remove sickness. Can't be used by this character. Can be used with a skill check. What is your UMD? 6, 5... Wow, okay, so it's going to come down to you, eh? Really? Oh, come on. So it doesn't remove your sickness, just... Would be Scroll of Cure Disease? What the fuck would we be looking at? Oh well. Yeah, well, not a huge deal. It's gonna come into effect in a few days, and by then we should have visited the main... we should have visited Defender's Heart again, and we can talk to a cleric there and get these removed. And now I get to know how my players feel. Several of my players in the Adventure Path have Filth Fever. Because bad rolls against undead that had Filth Fever. But, so with that all said and done, we are unfortunately going to stop the stream for tonight. Because, you know, as much as I'm really loving this, that Mega Trips mod, it's definitely I play this as someone who DMs, and thus, you know, I run Pathfinder, and I'm constantly having to keep in mind the various rules and stuff. And I'll admit, like, I constantly have to reference the book when I'm running stuff, but I have a more than familiar understanding of the core mechanics behind Kingmaker, or rather Pathfinder in general. So yeah, the systems behind Kingmaker, I should say. And so I'm able to play this more easily. I prefer turn-based mode, but it's not super well implemented in this. And for the stream, you know, turn-based mode takes a lot longer, and so I don't keep it on for like random mobs. But it's 3.5 and Pathfinder, because Pathfinder is, as I affectionately refer to it as, 3.5 D&D with a fan patch. Are definitely not beginner friendly. You have to do a ton of research, and it takes a long time to get used to all the systems. So I do not look down on anyone who has to use any sort of mods to make things simpler or to kind of roll things together. I've looked at the Bag of Tricks mod myself a few times, but I've ultimately gone, no, I know the system is enough that I don't really need anything. And I prefer playing as vanilla as I can. But unlike, like, to compare this to other CRPGs like Dragon Age, as an example, Dragon Age Origins, there is so many more things and moving parts in this that you only get... It's really just the resting and weight limits. Yeah, no, I get that. And weight limits are one of my... Weight limits are something that when I'm running the game as a DM that I don't strictly hold my players to. Resting, I do. If you're up for several days, you're gonna have to figure out a place to rest. Like my Pillars of Eternity they're really good modern CRPGs. I won't lie. I wish Pillars of Eternity 1 had a turn-based mode, but CS Slippy. But I really like what they're doing with this. They have a lot of tutorials up. Yeah, Kingmaker is the complete opposite. Wrath of the Righteous is doing a better job at explaining how things work. I've turned off a lot of the basic tutorials because, again, I DM Pathfinder. I know how the basic systems work. Wrath is doing a lot better job at explaining things. Like earlier, somebody was like, "Hey, look, I crit," and like, "All right, here's how a crit works." Hey, look, these things have DR. All right, these things have DR. This is how you bypass this. Anytime something comes up which you might otherwise be like, "What the fuck do I do?" It's done a little pop-up and a little tutorial to explain stuff, and it's been okay about that. But turn-based is more accurate, and like turn-based is the way I prefer to play when now possible, because I don't like doing Pathfinder with real-time with pause, because the system itself is not based around real time. It's based around the idea of everyone taking their turns, moving around, positioning around the battlefield, being strategic. And especially when it comes to, like, as an example, combat maneuvers, teamwork feats, things like that, it really shows that that's not meant for a CRPG like this. Owlcat's done an amazing job transitioning everything into a CRPG format, and like, this is the closest you will get to playing Pathfinder in a fucking video game, and it's really good about that. But also, by the same token, this is the closest you will get to playing Pathfinder in a video game, for all the downsides that is too. Yeah. I wish more games, more CRPGs were allowing the option for turn-based, because turn-based can be really rewarding in CRPGs and such. But I'm definitely enjoying this. I'm enjoying this little party we have here. We have a decent group. We're really spell heavy. I just realized we have a Magus, we have an Eldritch Scoundrel, we have a Shaman, we have a Witch. Like, only the Paladin and the Fighter over here are not spellcasters, and then again, the Paladin has spell-like abilities, so, you know, even then. God, we're spell heavy. But that's fine. That's always fine. But, yeah, we will not be streaming this, tomorrow, unfortunately, as that is the night I actually run this adventure path for my players. Monk is fun. I love Monk. I don't play Monk because I don't like role-playing monks, but I love Monk mechanically. Whenever one of my players goes Monk, I really like them. And in fact, Zarin over there is playing a type of kineticist, which is like a blend of kineticist and monk, and it's actually kind of fun just watching her have fun. Yeah, so Thursday is when I actually run this, so unfortunately I'm not going to be streaming. Friday I will be streaming, but I will be playing a conversion of Kingmaker for 5th edition, and that I will actually be a player in an actual tabletop. I will be streaming that if anyone wants to watch. But then we will return to streaming this. I will probably stream this on Saturday a bit, because I fully intend to play this on Saturday, so I'm like, fuck it, I will continue streaming. Yeah, you did not choose an easy class in Archetype combo. Like, ooh, it's effective and I like it, but man, you chose some interesting things, Aaron. Well, you're not. You're not technically a first timer. You're not technically a first timer. You have a lot more familiarity with Pathfinder than the entire rest of the group. All right, feel free to come on by Saturday. Yeah, we'll be playing much earlier in the day, and we'll also be going for a good long while. So we'll definitely be having a nice old time. But for now, if anyone also wants to be alerted when I am streaming and wants to get in on the action, feel free to join that Discord if you like. You're by no means required to do so. Normally, I would have a bot saying, "Hey, look, join the Discord occasionally," but I've taken them down as I fiddle with them. They're on one more archetype. I mean, if you really want. But anyways, but for now, I have to sleep because unfortunately I do work full time. I have to work in the morning, and then I have to get my players ready for more Wrath of the Righteous themselves. So that'll be fun. But I will see you all either Friday or Saturday. But for now, please do take care, and I'll see you next time. Later.